Oh, hi. Did we start the stream already?
We
I'm
did.
still shopping.
You getting that new MacBook, huh?
I want to. I'm just kind of looking right now.
Well, I'd like to welcome all my CryptoComics compatriots out there. We are back with another edition of the CryptoComics Couch, where we break down the comic book landscape and apparently the Mac landscape and let you in our world.
Hey, just because I want it doesn't mean anything, okay? I deserve this.
Oh, so do I, but my wife would be like, "You deserve a bullet." So
I mean,
I'm probably
they're
not
not
gonna
cheap.
get one. I know. Well, the new the Mac Minis, man, they're about in a good price range.
I know. I need to start a crowdfunding campaign. Have some ridiculously high, like $6,000 tier for Frey gets the new 16-inch MacBook Pro, and then just tell Crutchy about it.
Yep.
I think that's gonna work, dude. I think my plan has some traction.
All the stretch goals could just be badges in the CryptoComic system.
Yeah. Everybody, think of the exclusive badges you might be able to get should you send Frey a new MacBook Pro.
How much
I shouldn't
are
say
they?
that. My little 13-inch MacBook Pro
What did he
has
just
done
say?
me well.
He jumped on long enough to say like half a sentence, and then he left.
I didn't even notice, did he? Was that
Said,
Jared?
how much are they? What's up, boys?
Hey, they're a pretty penny.
They're too much for me right now. That's for sure. But man,
Really?
good.
Well, someday, Fry, we will help you make that money. Oh, hey, by the way, boys, guess who's joining us?
Who?
Edward Scissorhands.
God.
Tim Burton.
Close enough.
Hey.
What's up, gents?
What's up, Sam?
How you guys doing?
What's up,
How are
Sam?
you?
I've been good, staying busy, Just watched DC Fandom, so there's a lot of comic news out there.
Yeah.
I like that shirt,
So,
my dude.
Oh, thank you. I had to represent real quick, just in
Dude.
case.
Nice.
Had to plug you guys just in case,
I like it.
Thank you. So what's
All
going
right,
on, guys?
well, not much. We just started the stream. Trying to get through chat here, but for some reason my browser window seems to be a little unresponsive on me.
Hey, guess what, guys? Guess what?
What?
I can turn young in 1 second.
You can turn young in 1 second. Is that what you just said?
Mm-hmm.
I'm at a loss. What?
I can turn young in 1 second.
Slightly terrifying. I'm going to be totally honest with you.
A little bit, yeah.
Check it out.
Oh wow.
That
is that what I think it is?
Are you going for like a Two-Face thing?
Yeah, dude.
What's going on here?
Oh boy.
That's the new style.
I am going to go ahead and just check in with chat now, guys.
Yeah.
Rose Kirby says, hello, 5 hours into the feature. Good morning, everyone.
Hey.
How you doing? You know what? I feel like we need to point something out here. Rose Kirby, we found out today, Jared, your mustache is disturbing, bro.
I know. Fortunately, the battery died on my buzzer thing.
Oh.
And I was gonna wade into the craziness with the razor, but it just hurts too much. It pulls too much, and I'm just like, nope, done.
Oh.
So I was like, I could start like this.
That works.
If you never moved your face, I would have never have known that.
I know, right? And then I could just be like this, and it's like, dun, dun. Hey guys, what's that? This is the younger me. Hey guys, and this is the older me. Hey, don't be like that. And this is the younger me. And this is the older me. Hey, don't be like, you know what I'm saying?
I would pay good money to not have to relive that ever again.
Is this why we don't have any friends, Frey?
Somebody save me. Okay, so what I wanted to say was...
Sorry, I'm distracting. Let me just...
We were doing a little bit of research today in the system, and we found out, Rose, your profile page has actually been visited more than anyone else's profile page in the system. So congratulations.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, more than ours?
Yeah, even more than ours.
I always knew
Rose-
she was awesome.
Rose
That's
is a
awesome.
celebrity. Andrew Dodge comes in saying, evening and morning, everyone. Hope you've had a great Monday. Might have been pretty good. You guys? How's your
Yeah,
day?
not too bad, honestly. I'm hanging out with you
It's
guys.
Monday?
It's always
Illusion
good.
says, how is everyone doing tonight? We were great until we saw what happened to Jared's face.
Yep.
Right? I hear you, Illusion. I hear you.
Andrew Dodge says your video is glitching, Frey. Yeah, I was having a little bit of page unresponsiveness there for a second, but hopefully it's cleared up. Mythix comes in and says, hey, what's up, Mythix? How you doing?
What's up?
Illusion says, what was your favorite part of DC fandom? For me, it was the Batman trailer or the Harley Quinn teaser. What do you guys think? What was your favorite part?
Batman trailer was
Batman
pretty
by far, honestly.
It looks pretty sick, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks great.
Oh, I don't want to get my hopes up for this one, boys, but I think it's done. I think I'm hyped for that movie. I'm gonna be totally honest
Really?
with you. Yeah.
Really?
It
You
looks
really like the glam Batman? The freaking
think
the sparkly
so.
Batman, the little
I do.
fairy
Yeah.
Batman?
Here's the thing, though. He's been in other movies besides the vampire movie.
Are you sure? Because there's none I can think of.
They're indie movies, under the radar kind of.
Check out The Lighthouse.
Well,
Watch many
that would
movies,
explain-
But he does watch the Sparkle movie over and over and over again.
First of all, Fry, that's a lie. We all know this. I was forced to watch the Sparkle movie in theater, and I shit you not, I have never been in a movie where I swore. I have never been in a movie where I was sitting there waiting for something to happen for like 5 minutes. Like, when is something going to happen? Like, something needs to happen, and all they're doing is like, and he's like, and he's like, I was like, freaking, they're staring into each other's eyes for like 5 minutes.
Hey, Jared, which team
That's
are
not
you
cool.
on? Which team are you on?
Oh, I'm on the hairy dude's team, man. The long, glorious hair, and he's all
Wolf. Team Jacob.
the wolf,
Is it?
yeah.
Is it
Team
Jacob or
Jacob,
Edward?
that's right.
I told you guys he was a
Team
fan.
Jacob, man. Team Edward is the Batman who they're like, this is gonna be
Everything.
Batman. And it's like, no, it's not gonna be a great Batman. I just have my own.
The correct answer to
views on
that would have been any NHL team, NFL team, or NBA team. You failed the test, Jared.
What? We had a test? Nobody told me there was gonna be a test.
That's all right, dude. We'll edit
I
it
didn't
out.
even study.
No, we won't. We're highlighting that in post.
Oh, jeez.
What? No, edit it out.
No.
Rose Kirby is throwing shade at me because my camera was glitching, saying is Frey auditioning for the new Frozen film. I think I would do fantastic in a Disney animation.
I think you would too.
Thank you very much.
What character would you be?
He would be, I'm guessing, Beavis or Butthead.
They're
Like
in
a
the new
Disney
Frozen?
If Fry was in there, yes.
Oh, no. It has to be one. I was thinking the blonde-haired one with powers.
Elsa?
Yeah.
You
I think
wanna
you would
see
make a
Fry
great
in a
Elsa.
blue dress, huh?
Well, mini skirt, really, but yes.
Is this a bad time to admit that I've never seen Frozen?
Yeah, I've never seen
I
Frozen.
haven't at all.
Are you serious?
I have a couple of girls, so I've seen Frozen many
I've
times.
seen Frozen like 500 times.
Well, here's the thing.
Least.
I grew up watching all like the Toy Stories and whatnot, but at a certain
I love Toy Story.
you can't admittedly be like 25, 26 and walk into like an animated Pixar kind of movie. Like, you really have to either commit or just wait till it comes out on all streaming services anything that's accessible.
No. You just
And I don't
walk
have
in
there.
kids, so there's that too. So it's not accessible.
Dude, this is the perfect opportunity for Sam to become the spokesman for Disney Plus. You know what I mean?
Right?
There we
Just
go.
saying.
Fill up my inbox.
He hasn't seen Frozen
Kevin
either.
Feige.
Yeah, Disney, have your people call his people.
And my people is just me.
Sam, why does your
That
shirt have
makes
two
you so awesome.
CryptoComics logos on it?
Wait, what?
Your shirt has 2 CryptoComics logos on it, and it's
Yeah, I don't know. I just like picked up the package, opened it, and then just kind of like threw it on.
I wonder who designed that.
I wasn't in the meeting where they designed the shirt. I was just on the other end wearing it.
the funny thing is one of those logos is supposed to be like extremely dark, so that you can just barely notice that it's there.
It's definitely
And
not.
for some reason, yeah, it definitely didn't print that way. I'm just looking at it and I'm like, why would I have put 2 logos on the top of the shirt? It doesn't even make sense. Why would I have done this?
It's CryptoComics squared. Okay.
Yeah, so just so that you're
Ooh,
aware,
nice.
Sam, the whole meeting for that shirt design happened in my head at about 4:30 in the morning, trying to come up with marketing stuff. So congratulations,
It looks
you're the only
great,
creator
Frey.
that's ever gotten a double logo shirt.
That just means I'll stand out. If there's like all the creators next to each other, I'm gonna be the one with the double logo.
There you go.
Yep, that's exactly right.
J. Smith Digiartist says, question, are people under 18, likely 14-year-olds, allowed to be on the stream without parents' consent? Look, we have a letter from Jared's mom. Okay? It's 100% cleared. We are good to
First
go.
of all, Fry, that's not true. She doesn't even like you.
Your mom loves me. That's really mean
Whatever.
of you to say. I like your mom.
Oh,
Oh, well, she
Are
thinks
we
you're
going
kind of
there,
nice
guys?
Way to
too.
crush
I was
me,
just
Jared.
joking. I was just joking, Fry. I was just joking. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean it.
Sam saw I was trying to set up a joke there.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. That one backfired on Fry. It does sometimes. It's
We're gonna be
always
starting
usually
Yo
Jared.
Mama jokes in the stream.
Mama, oh, your mama, oh. No, I'm just
Andrew
kidding.
Dodge says, Jared, I would have sucked it up and at least shaved the rest of the half of the goatee. At least then you could truly pull off the Two-Face look.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say Two-Face
I know.
has to go directly down the center?
Well, the problem again. Okay, so y'all think this was on purpose, somewhat, but majority of it was not. The damn Clippers
Majority
died
is
on me.
not, he says. I love how you add emphasis to the word a majority. Not. Like, you don't want anyone to know just how far you went on purpose. You just want them to know that this wasn't the end result you had in mind.
Exactly. You'll see the end result on Friday.
Nobody's Illusion says this sparkle.
You heard it here first.
Why can't y'all just call it Twilight? Well, we were
No, it's
actually trying to
Sparkle
set
movie.
things up, and we were trying to see if Jared was going to say Twilight. Matt and I have a
not
little ongoing run where every time we mention the sparkly Batman, we wait to see how long it's going to take for Jared to recite his story about being drugged to a movie theater. Because every
Dude,
time
it was hard.
goes more and more. Every time
You don't understand, guys. It was brutal.
I'm
Like,
thinking of,
uphill
was
both
suffering
ways.
inside.
I'm thinking
Don't.
by the time the Batman comes out, Jared's story is going to center around his wife dragging him through Guantanamo Bay, forcing him to watch the Twilight series.
Dragging through, she left me there, dude. She left me in fucking Guantanamo. Oh, sorry. Take the kids out the room. I just swore. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
I feel like Captain America every time he swears. Language.
You're right.
JD Smith says Disney movies are some of the few movies that Sam doesn't get carded for. It could be true.
That's true. Look at that baby face. Oh,
I know. Unfortunately, my Clippers work perfectly fine.
mine do too when the battery's charged. Just got to plug it in.
Geez. Rose
See?
Kirby said, "Hey, wait a minute! You said that my profile page is getting visited. I can't see the writing." Yeah, people are visiting your profile page more than any other user's profile page. So, good on you.
Congrats,
You're
Rose.
popular. People like you.
Well, of course she's popular. She's Rose. Beautiful, delicate, smells good.
That's funny.
Nobody's literally comes to say, "Meanwhile, Matt's doing an unboxing." I noticed that. What are you doing over there, Matt?
Matt, what do you got, Matt? Show us.
PS5.
Yeah, the mailman finally likes me, and I got the relentless.
Oh, Tin
Ooh.
Soldier.
Yep, all signed,
Hey.
all looking
okay.
good.
Oh, that's cool.
And the prince.
Oh, that's
Oh, dude. I love that one on the right. Or
Yeah,
left.
no, no.
Your
Well,
left.
How come
my
you're
right.
hiding one of those covers?
No.
What kind of hiding a cover? Oh, yeah. Oh, I see.
That's really cool.
Those look fantastic.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I cannot wait to. Yeah, both signed. Oh, so excited!
That's cool.
Starcross Comics has done it again.
With no one's surprise, Andrew Dodge came in to say he was drawn into that comic.
See, now I
Yes.
never heard the comic. No,
What? Tell us about it, Crutchy, in the comments. Tell us about how all about it. We want to hear everything.
Which page are you on, Crutchy?
Yeah. What color is your outfit? Do you have any superpowers?
I want to know. Rose Kirby says, "By the way, you are all frozen," and that's in all caps too. So I don't know if she's yelling at us or maybe putting a spell on us.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Is anybody else experiencing problems besides me?
No. I'm good on my side.
Just the fact that we have to
Not
look at
you
your
guys. Oh
face
my
thing.
gosh. I was talking to the
Well, you're asking
Oh my-
us.
Oh my! I'm gonna take them all off. They're all going off. Is anybody having problems? There we go.
The one dude that wouldn't be able to fix a damn thing kicks everyone else off.
That's not nice.
Anybody else notice this? Like, I just had flashbacks of when you booted me off of the stream.
Oh,
like when you actually kicked our admin account from
That
the
was
stream.
not. I don't know what happened. I was trying to just take down your camera so I could talk for a second. And then you were gone, and I thought you were joking with me, and then you weren't. It was
Andrew
really
Dodge
scary.
says, I believe page 5. I'll have to put on the gloves and open my copy that I received a few days ago. Wow, we got Matt. Check it. Page 5. Let's see.
No,
Page
I
5.
don't have my gloves.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me right now? Use a paper towel. Can you use a paper towel?
Do you see what's right here? Do you see what's right there? Wait, they're right there.
What?
Two copies of a comic, which means
Oh.
you can open one of them. Yes, I do see that.
Oh, he's drawn into both comics.
Signature, dude. It's
Wait.
the same comic, different cover.
Fine.
Oh,
Fine.
I got
Check
you.
it out
I got you.
digitally, Matt. You're off the hook.
Wow,
this
I was
time.
like, Crutchy, you freaking stud. 2 comics, 1 freaking.
Joe
Oh,
Fraser
good.
comes in
Thank
on
you,
YouTube
Joe.
saying it's working fine for us.
Thank
Katie
goodness
Smith says
somebody's
the only
listening.
technical issue I can see or hear is Jared's beard, and maybe his mic is a tad loud.
Oh, is it? Let me check.
Jared's mic loud. Actually, Jared's
No,
mic is
I can-
turned off.
Hold on.
He's just yelling from his house. The rest of the
Hold on.
world can
Hold
still
on.
hear him.
Wait. I'm turning something down. I don't know what it is.
Does Jared have local volume control this entire time?
Yeah,
Yes.
entirely.
We've been doing these streams for like
A year and a half.
Hey, there's no
like
need to bring that
18
up, right?
months. I've got you set at 20%
I'm obviously
volume
too low. He
in
can't
our
hear me, guys. Let
software.
me just turn it back up again.
Don't. You were.
Oh, baby, let's play ball. How's
Oh,
it now?
Oh man,
The
Joe Fraser
power
says
of-
for a minute it froze, but that's it. Rose
Oh,
Kirby says,
okay.
"Crap! What the hell is happening? Why in the hell is it doing this?" I blame Jared's beard tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, I do too.
Trust me,
What?
Rose.
You know, guys, what? Look,
J.D. Smith says, "Much better."
right now? Is it good right now?
It's perfect
Yes.
right now.
Yeah, it looks. Hasn't
Yeah, I
gone
had
off
that
the
the whole
Emily-
time, dude. I didn't even know. I put a sticker on. See, I put a sticker on.
Clearly you
and
knew because you
it
just
like
went right to the
moved
button.
in and out. Yeah, who would have known there was a button there? It's like they come with instructions or something. I never read them.
We can tell.
Well, speaking of other crowdfunding campaigns, what else do we have going on right now? Reports from the
We
Institute.
got reports
That's
from
live.
the Institute. Let me share my screen here.
And that's a horror genre, right?
It's
This is
not happy.
100% kids.
Wow,
Yes, this is the horror
269%.
Yep.
That's
from,
awesome.
From Vivid Publishing.
Are you guys okay? You guys got to pull it together, man. I mean, if they were watching us right now, they would be. I don't know if we're hitting their expectations. They're not. We're not hitting their expectations, man.
With your beard, there's no way they'd have a straight face right now.
First of all, I'll keep it like this. That way nobody will notice.
I honestly thought you did this for the stream, Jared. I'm going to be honest. I thought you were that
I was just joking. But what I wanted to do, I saw the super cool like goatee, but it wasn't because it didn't go around the chin. It kind of cut flat, and then it was kind of trimmed up, kind of close right here, but the hair was straight.
So let me ask you something.
It was badass.
Jared. You saw this and you thought that would be a good idea?
Well, I say
roll the dice, dude.
Thank
you. Gonna know.
Thank you. I
can't get him to do a bat stash, dude. What's up with that?
Dude, I will do the bat stash. Remember, I did it on the thing and I showed it and I kept showing it. It was just different than what you were expecting.
Dude, look at my neck. And I was like, why does he have a neck
because
beard?
It looks like the Hulk.
Okay. All right.
What
just happened there? That just got super aggressive.
Yeah.
Really quick.
I need a little context because I'm so lost.
Yeah, you guys got to make.
I had a facial fro. I had a facial fro, and if I did something, you could see the bat design in it. And Matt was pointing that out.
Did you say the
and
bat
then he
design?
pointed out the fact that I kept showing off my neck.
Well, all he kept doing is going, "Hey guys, look at me."
Yeah, but it took him a minute to see it.
What is he doing?
I thought, being a Batman, fan, Matt would see it quicker, but he didn't.
So I wasn't sure that you were trying to show me something. I was like,
I was trying to show you the Batman symbol.
Okay,
I flashed it. It was awesome. Did anybody see it?
Next time, don't flash anybody ever again.
All right. Matt, I promise. Next time, I will do some kind of bat thing.
Do this.
There we go. That's the bat stash right there.
Dude, I don't know if I could pull that off. That looks pretty bad, eh? I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know if
that dude has some serious.
Doing now.
I was just trying to get a goatee going.
If anyone can make it work, Jared could make it work.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try. I will try.
12 hours, and he'll have enough of a beard. He could do that.
Yeah, you could do it, Jared.
Or really, but.
Or you could get like a big C for crypto, just going around.
Dude, I could do that right now.
Please do. We need content for social media, Jared. Let's go. Andrew Dodge says, so according to Nicholas, who messaged me about it, I appeared on 5 pages in Tin Soldier. You'll be in 5 pages and have a caption box that states something along the lines of Andrew Dodge, lead scientist of the National Future Defense Intelligence Agency. So he's on 5 separate pages? Dang. That's
cool.
That was very cool.
And the bat stash looked epic.
Heck yeah.
So, all right, what else do we have going on for crowdfunding here? We got XCT's Monsters.
Okay, let me go back. First off, we do got reports from the Institute. They are at 269% of their goal.
Nice.
They got 13 days left. we need to make this happen because there are some really, really, really cool stretch goals. And
You're just
so
saying
far
that because you want the stylus holder.
a little bit. That thing is awesome.
You want the glow in the dark stylus holder.
Dude, that thing is epic, man. That is epic.
I was
All right,
gonna say, how come we have to make this happen at 269%?
Nice.
Because it's got some serious, serious awesome stretch goals.
Wait, so
All right.
where are you at the stretch goal achievements thus far, Matt?
Let me see.
Why'd you take your screen off, Matt?
So I can scroll down
reason.
and not give everybody vertigo or anything while I'm scrolling down.
He
Not a bad
doesn't
idea.
want us to see what he's really looking at. Oh.
It's probably
You wanna
beard
see what I'm-
pictures that Jared's posted on social media.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't post
See-
pictures.
Those guys that are actually still on camera with me can still see my screen. And obviously, no, I'm not.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Come on
Okay,
now,
so-
buddy.
We are getting the hardcover right now. We are so close to getting that dust jacket, and that's what's really cool.
That's awesome.
That was
yeah,
what they
we got
wanted
the-
more than anything else was the hardcovers.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
got the
That's a standing ovation.
Yeah, the digital bonus comic in there. So I'm stoked. Stoked.
Oh, wow.
I want to get to the Oprah tier. The you get a
Okay.
book and you get a book.
Yeah.
And you get a book. And you get a book. I
All
saw
right,
that
up
highlight.
next.
That was pretty funny.
We got reports from the Institute.
The homie
Or
show.
sorry, wow, XCT's Monsters. Whew. So
this thing.
Okay, hold on.
So these guys just hit goal, which is
Mhm.
absolutely awesome. They still got 5 days to go, but they've
Oh,
also
yeah.
got some pretty killer stretch goals going on with it. But more
Mhm.
importantly, like this isn't just one story; it's like a huge collection of a ton of different stories.
It's like
I
an
think it's pretty badass.
80-page anthology or something.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
like that's
Wow.
ridiculously huge for the price.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh, let me see
Let
here.
me see what their stretch goals are. I'm scrolling down to see. Man, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. Just still scrolling.
Lucian comes in to
Check
say,
your
"Wow,
DM,
XCT
Sam.
Monsters is a project that we love on
Hmm?
Kickstarter. That's epic." Yeah, they're doing big things over there, man. Sean's awesome.
Ah,
He's
there
good
we go.
people too. But ding!
What is going on?
Who's dinging? Who's getting?
Sorry, that's
crazy?
just my
Oh,
I
I'm
see.
dinging. Watch this.
Sam.
I can do it again.
That's Sam's popularity meter.
Actually, it's Jared's fault because he's sending me messages, private messages behind that.
Jared, are you allowed to have social media open during live streams?
I'm sorry, sir. I apologize. It's off now.
Bro, we've talked
Don't-
about this.
Don't make Frey call your mom again.
Dude, don't. There's no need for that. I apologize. Guys, I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
I accept your apology, even though I know the
Thank you,
apology's
Sam.
not for me.
It's so awesome. I don't
All
care
right.
about the other two.
Oh man. Then we got
Up next,
Aurora.
Yeah, we got Aurora. It's 25 days to go. So, I mean, it's 5 days into it, and we're so close to hitting that goal.
Hey, he's
This-
doing good.
Oh, yeah.
Did anybody buy
Yeah.
the cover art yet? Those things are sick.
Let me
That looks
see.
insane.
I love how Andrew Dodge comes in and says, hashtag blame Jared this time.
Yes.
Let's get this trending,
Hashtag-
people.
Yeah. Oh, look, we also had Illusion saying blame Jared.
Yes.
Whoa. Hold on. I'm changing my name.
Let's see. So the Harden cover is still available.
And
Looks
so
like.
is the Rubenstein cover.
Woo! Somebody's gonna buy it and send us to me for Christmas. I'll bet. Jared,
Cool.
Jared, you should give me a Christmas
What?
present.
What?
Yeah,
You should
Jared.
buy the Chad Harden cover and send it to me.
I was Okay, I want the Rubenstein cover then, Jared.
Is that I want to see the Chad Harden cover and the Rubenstein cover. Which one's better?
They're both pretty sick.
Really?
They're both pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. Harden's just one of the homies, so I really want that.
Well, I know. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know this Rubenstein.
I want to cuddle with it. Well,
Okay,
All right, I wasn't prepared for that one.
Cool.
Okay,
so
wait.
yeah,
Which one's the Rubenstein?
yep, that's the Rubenstein.
this one.
Yep.
And then
Okay.
And then the Harden is on the bottom.
Chad.
That is. I really like Chad's better.
I'll tell you, I'll cuddle with either one of these. Just gonna throw it out there.
Well, the Rubenstein's is really dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a real
It's a
dark
dark
feel
comic.
to it. Well, he did mention that it, you don't know if she's a heroine or a villainess.
It's true.
Did I
Well,
say
that's
that
in your
correctly?
window.
Is it
I
really
was gonna say
heroine?
that sounded really good and correct, but it just came out weird.
Yeah.
Right?
You get used to it after being on a few streams with Jared. You know what I mean?
What is that supposed to mean, Frey?
He backs out. When Jared does return, ask him what happens if a copyright strike.
Copyright stroking.
Yeah.
You mean? I know. I heard those things are terrible.
We really got to get that on a T-shirt.
Yeah, we do. That'd be a great one.
Hi,
At
Legion.
least a sticker. Gee. Oh, are you gonna run?
All
chat
right.
now?
Yeah,
Meatloaf?
I always say hi to Chad. You don't move fast enough, Frey. No offense, man.
Shall we move into the news?
We should try.
We can do it, guys. I'm here to support you.
All right, Jared, you wanna go with the first news story then?
Yes, sir. Okay, so the first news story is NFT news. And it's Steam reportedly blocks cryptocurrency and NFT games.
Remember that Jared was dancing right before announcing this.
All right.
So,
So,
yeah,
now they're not
you making fun of me?
blocking it. Yes, always. If you have to ask that question, the answer is yes.
Laughing with you, my
Ouch.
dude.
Okay, good. I knew that.
So,
Hashtag beard fan.
sweet.
Matt, I wish you good luck on trying to get up the statement.
I'm trying.
It's,
All right,
it's
Matt,
gonna
come on,
happen.
focus,
Watch it
focus.
roll off his tongue. Go.
I don't even
Go
remember
now.
what the story is anymore. Fry,
right.
take it away.
So Steam has actually updated their user systems as well as their terms of use that all creators have to abide by in order to publish different games or anything on their various platforms, namely the Steam store, which is used by most game developers. And what they've done is they've actually taken down any type of games that use any type of NFTs to track real world value unlocked in a game, which is pretty crazy considering that's a
Okay.
huge element of games that are getting ready to come out.
Mhm.
So hold on one second. I need clarity here. So
Mhm.
Steam still allows for microtransactions.
Yes, unless that
But they-
microtransaction has any value to you. So if you can spend real world money on something fake, you're totally good to go. But if you were to buy an NFT or something that has a tangible value in real life, it's a no-go.
What the hell are they even thinking?
And nobody knows. It's a little weird.
I know what they're thinking.
What are they thinking?
Well, a few minutes ago, we were notified that Steam will be kicking all blockchain games off the platform, including Age of Rust, because NFTs have value behind the scenes, and we've had good communication, have been upfront with Steam. And the reason why Steam's taking it off is because they are run by idiots. I added the last part.
Well, JD Smith comes in and says, do they have exclusives? Are there competitors? I'm just trying to find out if they're about to blockbuster themselves. So, A, they did have exclusives. They just kicked them off of their systems.
Mm-hmm.
What?
B, yeah. B, there are competitors. There are many competitors, most of which are actually, surprisingly enough, inside of the Apple Store, which is pretty crazy to think about. That literally a month ago, Apple was going all against this, and now all of a sudden, Apple is the place to go for
Probably
this
because
type of
Warren Buffett
transaction.
made that big investment.
Yeah, and that as well. I mean, Apple hasn't been known as a gaming platform, and for them to be the most inviting for a certain gaming element that Steam themselves is kicking off their system is quite strange. But it's funny that he mentions, that they blockbuster themselves, because a lot of people are comparing this to the rise of Netflix. Netflix wasn't originally a streaming service. You would just order DVDs by mail.
I remember that.
And a lot of
Oh,
people
yeah.
think that this is kind of the NFT version of that, in that a lot of game developers are going to migrate over towards the Apple ecosystem, not because Apple is a better gaming platform, but because Apple will allow them to be there and to survive.
Didn't
Well, if I remember, about a year ago, they were in talks with Sony. Apple was essentially to create a gaming environment.
hmm Yeah, and then now we've seen like the M1, the M1 Pro, the M1 Max. Those were announced today, which are monsters when you think about how much horsepower they've actually
Mm-hmm.
got as far as a graphics processing unit.
Mhm.
You just don't think about it as being a gaming platform, because it's really hasn't been for a very long time. It looked like you were going to say something though, Sam. I wanted to make
I was
sure.
gonna say, I know I don't know how long ago this was, but I remember hearing about like a lawsuit between, I think it was Apple, and it was either Blizzard or another, I think Microsoft owned company, where they were pretty much like not allowing for certain transactions to happen within games or purchases of
Mhm.
games, where they were kind of getting like blockaded by other companies for, obviously for this not to happen.
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
remember
So
right,
it
they
was with
wanted
Epic,
to.
Epic Games.
Okay.
Yeah.
They own the Fortnite property,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that's exactly what it was. Is Epic didn't want to have to cut Apple 30% of everything that they brought in,
Mm-hmm.
so they made a
Now,
side loader, and
one.
both sides kind of lost in that lawsuit. But the thing that's funny is that Steam works the same way. Steam
Mm-hmm.
takes a 30% cut of all sales,
Mm-hmm.
and now Apple is allowing you to do 30% cut of NFT sales. So
Yeah, but it looks like from this article, Steam is worried about what happened to Valve because of a ruling in the federal appeal court. The virtual chips of the social casino game Big Fish Casino qualified as a thing of value under Washington law, and so
mhm.
that meant that the game was considered an illegal gambling operation. And according to the developer, it says Steam's point of view is that items have value and they don't allow items that can have real world value on their platform because of might be construed as a gambling or that type of thing, causing them legal issues. At least that's what the article's indicating.
Yeah, and it definitely could. The difference is though is that currently all NFTs are actually used for like in-game elements. So like skins for characters, or
Mm-hmm.
Right, right.
anything like
Weapons,
that. Yeah, weapons, things like that.
upgrades.
So
Well, but
it's
the
weird.
difference the difference between like a microtransaction, and correct me
Mm-hmm.
if I'm wrong, Brad, but the difference between a microtransaction and an NFT purchase would be that if they purchased an NFT like an upgrade or a skin or something of that nature, that NFT registers them as the owner
hmm
of that. Now, if that skin is a part of your code, how does that affect that perspective?
Well, from Steam's point of view, it means that I wouldn't be able to buy something, say a skin in a video game, and turn around and
Mhm.
sell it to you. The way Steam is changing things is so that we would both have to buy the same thing from Steam, but we would be buying the usage of that. So a microtransaction
Permission
is
to
different
view.
fundamentally because you're actually only purchasing the right to use something.
Right.
You're not
It's
actually
just like
purchasing it.
buying a PDF.
Mhm.
The permission to view, permission to use.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
basically, it's the NFT is the DeFi aspect, and then Steam is more of the centralized aspect.
Right. And the interesting thing here is
Interesting.
that NFTs have really grown in popularity as far as uses for games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, very, very, very quickly. Much more than anyone had actually previously expected. There's entire game platforms that are built off of NFT basics. Meaning
Right.
there's entire games that are built around the idea of obtaining and earning NFTs. I mean, there are entire cryptos at this point that are based off of playing a game and using that as the mining algorithm power.
Are you raising
I
your
have a question.
The weird beard in the
So-
back, yes.
So could Steam make it so that they could so that they could control the sale of the NFT within their platform only? So like basically they lock the NFT into their platform.
I mean, they could have, but they just essentially kick that idea out.
Well,
Which is what's
they
surprising to
put up a
everybody.
block due to legalities and I mean, think about it this way: we've been working on this for 3 years, right?
Mhm.
We've been working on NFTs for 3 years, and it is super complex. And the last thing you want to do is run and do something, not knowing what the ramifications of doing that thing are, especially when you have a big successful company like Steam that's doing millions and millions of dollars, right?
Mhm.
So it would seem smart for them to actually like, okay, we're not going to do this right now because we don't know what this means for our business model. Our business model is set this way. We make money selling stuff within our platform. If we do NFTs, now somebody owns the rights to that. How does that affect our gameplay? How does that affect our game code? Are they going to be able to take something right out of our game? You know what I mean?
So the consensus has actually always been that everyone fully expected Steam to not only get behind NFTs, but
Be one
to
of the
publish
front
a
runners.
Steam
Yeah.
blockchain that would end up being one of the most well-used blockchains ever. I mean, think
Right.
about how many transactions are made on the Steam platform. You know what I mean? Between
Right.
purchasing a game or purchasing microtransactions or publishing games or getting paid to, for indie developers, for all those kind of things. I mean, everyone kind of expected Steam to be not only for blockchain, but to become an industry leader in it literally overnight. The day that they made a launch or an announcement they would have been the superstars of the industry, really. You know what I mean? They would have been able to pave their own road to wherever the hell they wanted to go.
I don't think it's too late.
I don't either, but they just kicked off everybody that would have been the games helping them achieve that.
Wait.
Real quick here, JD Smith says, can any NFT be used in a game that utilizes NFTs or only NFTs on a game's blockchain? I.e., Solana NFTs won't work on games on the Ethereum chain. It would depend on what type of token the game was using, which is any blockchain platform. It always depends on what type of token that they utilize. Some platforms will allow multiple tokens to be used, and in turn, they would convert from one blockchain to another. And keep both of them organized as such. However, currently inside of games, as far as games that are publicly available and released, everything is actually on Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Tron is actually really very popular. There are a few that are outside of that, however. But yeah, right now everything is on its own static blockchains. Nobody's Illusion says, NFTs confuse me, yet I'm trying to understand how they work. I know y'all posted on What Are NFTs blog, but it still confuses me. Well, feel free to ask. We're happy to answer any questions. Any questions that you have are probably questions that other users might have as well, Illusion. That's our job.
Well, one thing that might help with the confusion, Illusion, is don't look at my face. No, I'm just kidding. No,
He's
seriously.
not kidding. It would help.
It's confusing me right now. But no, so One thing to understand with the NFTs, non-fungible token. So I know in the blog it talks about this, but think of it like a certificate. If you're familiar with a certificate, something written that proves ownership, or a VIN number, the VIN number of your car, right? So there's 5 different blue cars in front of you. The VIN number of one of those blue cars tells you that that car is yours. That's really how the NFT works. Is it has a digital record that is located on the blockchain that actually is open to the public, so anybody can look at that certificate and say, oh, Illusion owns this, blah, and so that's what the NFT is. It's just basically a record of digital ownership, right?
Yeah, and Illusion says, so like a stock, very similar to a stock. In the comics industry, it's more closely tied to a certificate of authenticity, if you want to think about it that way. It's your proof that something is real. JD Smith says, okay, thanks, good to know. Also, when is Tron going to break 10 cents? Right now, because you just commented that. Everybody follows you just like
Seriously?
I'll bet.
What is it at right now? I thought it was at 7. Is it at
I don't know.
7 cents?
We are not allowed to speculate whatsoever. Why? Because we do not offer financial advice.
Oh, great call. Great call, Frey.
You guys see that?
Did you guys see what happened to Shiba Inu? Oh, Shiba!
Jay Smith says it can also be looked at as a collectible, a la comic book that has been graded by the CGC. Yep, very much.
Yep.
Frog Toys 2 says, so it's a digital receipt. It's a digital good that carries its own receipt. Yep. Nobody's Loser says, what's Tron? A badass movie.
Frey, what's up?
What's up?
What's going on, man?
Nothing much. It sounds like you guys having a good time without me.
Interesting.
Well, somebody's
Have you seen
got a
Jared's
party.
beard? It's hard not to, man. Don't take it personal.
Hey, let's not destroy. Okay, so this is me young, Trey. This is me young. This is me old. Young.
Oh, jeez.
I like it.
We did not try to get him to do that.
Matt, you
Disclaimer.
paid me $10.
Shut your mouth! I did not.
Frog Toys asks, how many different blockchains are there? A lot.
Thousands.
Whole lot. Within the time it took me to just say that sentence, there's probably 15 new ones. So
Let's not get crazy, but he's probably right.
yeah. Let's see here, and just to be clear, Tron is actually an altcoin, just like many others. I was just making a joke about it being a great movie because it is also a great movie.
So clarify altcoins. So Bitcoin is the original cryptocurrency, right?
Basis, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Altcoin is everything else, right?
Yeah, altcoin is anything that can be used for specific purposes or direct purposes. Yeah.
So is Ethereum an altcoin?
Yep.
Okay.
In a technical term, yes. Although now it's more widely accepted as a primary coin.
Primary coin like Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Generally speaking, when I hear people talking about it, we don't give financial advice on this show, but generally when I hear people talking about it, they talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum being the standards, and then stable coins are coins that are built around like a fiat currency, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the altcoins are anything that is basically off of the Bitcoin Ethereum model, but they have their own white paper and kind of what they're going to do. Yeah. Usage case. Thank you.
Yep. And JD Smith says many cryptos are worthless and or a scam. This is not wrong.
Yeah, totally
like
true.
Any industry, there's a lot of people trying to take advantage of the hype, unfortunately. But that being said, there's a lot of cryptos that are looked at as worthless that end up having quite a bit of value. So it's hard to tell.
Name 3.
Well, Dogecoin now you can
Ethereum,
buy. Yeah.
Ripple. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, that was fast.
Just
remember, Shiba Inu
Disclaimer: we do not advise any financial advice.
Yeah, we don't give any financial advice, but But I heard Shiba Inu. I heard through the grapevine, Shiba Inu is a Dogecoin killer.
You never heard that through the grapevine. He watched the Saturday Night Live
through the
skit.
grapevine. What?
Okay, could be. Let's move
Have
on
you
to
ever
general
seen a
news, shall
grapevine?
we?
I have. It's purple.
Okay. So, Penguin Random House. I mean, look at the state of the deliveries, guys.
It'll probably buff right out, guys. There's no reason to worry about the future of print publications in our industry. Penguin's got it handled.
Well,
That's sad.
You know what?
Use
From now
Penguin.
on, anytime someone tells me, I don't believe in digital comics, I only collect physical, I want to hand them this picture.
Oh, dude.
You know what I mean? Like,
well,
this is
what
rough.
this article mostly goes into is the fact that their damage fulfillment center is killing it. I mean, look at this. If you complain about getting this is what you're getting. With nice, crisp, clean books in there. So they're trying to say that traditionally the Penguin Random House, their initial orders, you saw what you're going to get. But when you complain, that's when you get the nice stuff.
Oh, so complain as you order. Like,
I would
don't
like to
even
file
wait.
a complaint to Jared's facial razor.
Hey, it will be gone after this show.
I really hope Gillette sponsors crypto in the next
That's right, Gillette. Have your people call our people.
Ooh, Gillette, we would love for you to sponsor.
and send some batteries.
Oh no, actually, it plugged into the wall.
Oh, okay.
Illusion says, "Big
It
oof.
just-
If my books arrived like that, I'd cry." Rose Kirby says, "Hey Sam and Trey, good morning from the UK. Frey, can you clarify? I've got a following than you. Yes, more people follow you than me, Rose. Yes,
That's true.
Me as well, Rose.
Just want to make
This
sure
is
that's
true.
understood.
just wanting to clarify, Rose. Thank you. Yes, more people are following you. Andrew Dodge says, "I'll take a trip to the moon." Frog Toys 2 says, "This might be a dumb question, but how do you know which cryptos are a scam, and what sets CryptoComics apart from that?" That's a good question. So, there's no way to know what cryptos are a scam. I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. Any type of thing, any type of element, do your research first. It doesn't matter if you're looking at purchasing crypto, or if you're looking at using crypto, or if you're looking at buying a DVD in a discount bin at Walmart. Do your research on anything that you are spending any type of financial effort towards getting. It doesn't matter what it is. You're going to say something, Jared?
Oh, I would just like to answer the part where it compares to us.
Oh, okay. The thing that sets CryptoComics apart from it is we are not a crypto. We are a marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
We are a place that people can use their crypto. We're a place that people can publish their comics, publish their novels, publish their art, the things that they care about, the things that they've poured blood, sweat, and tears into, and a place that other people from around the world can utilize the technology of crypto blockchains, we'll word it that way, to support those creators. The reason we've chose crypto is because it carries its own inherent value no matter where your location is. So we've got guys here like Trey, for example, or Sam, and say they may have a collector that really enjoys rays that's in, I don't know, Madagascar. They have the capability, just like anyone in Fresno has, to purchase those comics, and that's why we believe in blockchain. Is it has ultimately created an environment where anyone around the world can make a purchase and support creators, and any creator around the world can gain support from a public audience that's literally global and worldwide. So that's why we believe in it. Are we a crypto? No, we are not. We do not have our own coin. We do not have any of that kind of stuff. We are not an ICO.
We got the one in our logo.
That's not exactly
We have one in our logo.
true.
But we do.
That's not exactly
we
true.
do
We do
operate-
have a we do have
Double logo.
a token, but we're not so there's two different kinds of tokens in the cryptocurrency arena. There's a currency token, and then there's a utility token. A lot of most cryptocurrencies that you see, what they'll do is they'll say, hey, come buy our token, and then you can use that token to purchase things on our platform.
Mm-hmm.
What we're doing is we're actually utilizing a token so that you can publish onto a blockchain, but we're not saying, hey, this currency has to be well, what's the best way to put it? This is not it's not a currency. We're not trying to sell a coin to raise funds in that
Which
regard.
is why I said we are not a coin.
No, you said, well, okay, I guess you are right.
That's exactly what he said.
Shaven
But
Jay.
yeah, what we're doing is we are building out a marketplace and a platform and a solution for different creators to be able to utilize blockchain technology, and as Jared was just saying, turn their own comic book into the token that people can choose to purchase and sell and resell and trade and do all those things that we already do with comic books. Basically, we saw blockchain technology as an answer for the digital format of comic books to do everything that all of us have been doing with comic books for decades, which is enjoy them and share them with friends.
Well, and there's also the aspect that it really is the future. You know, it allows for this industry to change from, because generally speaking, when you have an industry and you have people working in that industry, making money in that industry, change is a horrible thing. It's really hard to do. It scares everybody. And then in that, you get stuck. You get stuck in a rut and you don't want to change. That's why the comic book industry is going through such volatile times right now, is because times are changing and the industry really hasn't changed with the times. We see the blockchain as how the industry can change with the times and benefit the indie creator in the process, empowering them to actually, you know, be able to fund their dreams and do what they love to do and make money doing it, not just, you know, barely making it and having to hold down 16 jobs and all that. You know, it's really an empowering thing. Give people the ability to take control of it and let the market dictate, you know, who is going to rise to the top instead of algorithms. Let real people choose rather than algorithms and things of those natures.
I love this comment here. JD Smith says, when I say most cryptos are worthless as scams, I obviously don't mean CryptoComics.
Good save.
Right? Yeah,
no.
DG, you put us on the spot.
This is very good advice here that JD Smith says. Frog Toys 2, Google, is this coin a scam? But I'm no financial advisor.
That's really good.
Geez.
That's really good, because you do want to know what they're doing.
Yeah. And Frog Toys came in and said, I was trying to help do a cool segue. We appreciate it, dude. We appreciate it.
Dude, Frog Toys, you're awesome.
Jay Smith says, coffee not allowing me to catch everything. Nobody's illusion throws out a congratulations for Rose. Yes, once again, Rose is more popular than Frey. We got it. But that being said, Rose is more popular than you. Keep that in mind, suckers. Rose leads the whole system.
Rose is more popular than anyone.
Than anyone.
Like
You know
I
what
said,
that tells me?
she's beautiful.
That tells me that nobody's sharing out CryptoComics to their friends and their homies and stuff, which is really kind of sad, because I want you guys to do one thing right now. I want you guys to look at these two faces, because for the low price of literally nothing, you too can help promote their comic Raise, which is currently in the system. These two have been cool enough to let you guys read their comics for free right now in CryptoComics. And you guys aren't doing? You're not sharing that out to your homies. And you should be.
Yeah, because their stuff sells.
And it's so damn good. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, as soon as Jared was like, oh, yeah, I talked to the guys at Raise, and I was like, oh, this is going to be rad. And he was like, yeah, they're going to let us put it in the system now. And I was like, shit, yeah. Dude, you guys have no like. I love horror books. I do. And
Hey.
like Ray's was one of the very first ones that we were able to get inside of the system and able to see like how people were gonna, get amped for it. And you could
Mhm.
see it just like start climbing up all the little leaderboards that we've got inside the system, man. It's such a good series. So cool.
Thank you.
Don't
And-
you guys have something to show?
Are we gonna do that? I never got 100% clarity on this, so I didn't want to say anything.
I wasn't. I didn't want to make. Sam commit until Trey was on.
Mhm.
Welcome, Trey. Thanks for coming.
Right.
Oh, check out that profile picture, by the way. I don't know if you guys recall that.
Oh, I love
Oh,
that.
yes.
I love that. I love your banner.
Thank you.
That looks good. See, now this is really one of the things that sets CryptoComics Marketplace apart. We
I just want
want
to throw out that they're
creators.
following me, Rose, and not Rose.
Wait, are they following me?
And they're not.
Why don't I see
following
me on there? I'm not even on there. What the
Yeah,
hell,
yeah.
boys?
What's up, Sarah Trey? You all know what's up.
I am kicking them
Matt,
off
I'm
this
sorry,
stream.
Jared. I honestly
I'm
don't
No,
just
know.
saying.
Sam. No, that's okay.
Look whose name
But
is on
we're
the
friends
profile.
on Facebook, dude.
Look
We're
whose name
friends
is
on Facebook. You're not friends with these other guys on Facebook.
I just shared out your
Jared, our
profile
bond
page.
reaches far past crypto, okay?
Talk to the hand, man. Talk to the hand.
Okay, so I heard Jared's little voice chime in that you guys might have something to share regarding the comic.
Yes. So we want to do it. Well, it's probably going to debut after the stream just because I'll have to run to my computer real quick. But we are releasing the cover of issue 4 just to kind of get people excited and whatnot and see kind of what we're kind of leaning towards
Where's your
for
computer?
the next chapter. It's right in the other room. I could do it right now, but I just got to.
Yeah, go run quick. Hurry, send it to me.
Jared.
And then I'll send it to Frey.
Give me 2
Hey,
seconds.
what's going on? I knew I'd get rid of him, bro. It just would take me a minute to figure out how. How you been, bro?
Finally,
Wow.
now that Sam's gone, let's not talk about having him on his back.
What? We want to
Trey,
talk behind
if
his back?
given an opportunity at a comic convention, I will personally hold Jared so you can punch him in the stomach for that one.
What?
Just telling you. That and his beard.
Did you just say you're gonna hold me while he punches me?
I
Yes.
didn't not say that.
That's exactly what
Dude,
he said. Don't
First of
let
all,
him lie.
Fry, you wouldn't be able to catch me. No offense.
I probably couldn't.
Second
He
of
wears
all,
heelys.
Trey, you wouldn't punch me, would you?
Oh, Trey froze up. You see what
Oh
happens?
shit!
No, he
maybe
didn't.
he
He's
would.
just sitting there
Damn.
going, I ain't
Shit, he's
saying
like
nothing.
thinking about it, dude. I can tell.
Nobody's losing came in
Oh,
and says,
shit.
"Hun, noted. I'm learning a lot tonight." We try to pretend like we're teaching some things on this show.
No, we don't, because we don't give advice.
Brock
Welcome
Toys
to the
says,
Crypto
"I wear my
Comics
Crypto
classroom."
Comics shirt every time I leave the house. What do you want? What do you want from me? A Crypto Comics tattoo? Yes.
Yes.
Then at least there would be 2 of us with a Crypto Comics tattoo.
Wait, what the hell just? Oh, dude, they bailed. They thought I was really talking shit.
This is what happens when you say, "Hey, yeah, leave your device and go do something else on during a live stream, Trey."
Well, I thought Trey could handle it. And then he froze.
Well, back to the news.
It took us
Oh, yeah,
18
let's get
months
back
to
to the
even
news.
find out you had a volume knob.
Not my
So,
fault. Not my
Amazon-
fault.
Hold on, before we hit this, Matt,
just-
real quick. Let me finish chat. I'm
yell
sorry,
at
buddy.
me.
So Illusion says, as reads my list of list to read comics. Please read that, guys.
Definitely
Please read
do.
Ray's.
Oh.
There's 3 issues in the system. It is absolutely badass. I promise you, I'm not steering you wrong,
I will
especially
say
if you
this.
dig horror.
That whole
Like-
bridge scene, phenomenal.
And look, we're in October. You know what I mean? So do me a solid, if you guys don't mind, Illusion and everybody else. Do me a solid and read those books, leave a review for them, and share them out, especially this month, guys. It's October. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, help us get the word out for these guys. Because honestly, you guys and the people that you know across social media are such a powerful tool for these creators to be able to get noticed and get seen. And keep in mind that right now, like, Comixology, stuff like that, with what's going on with Amazon. I'm not sure if everybody's been kind of following along with the show, but Amazon is getting rid of Comixology and migrating everything to Kindle. And in process of that, a lot of these comic creators are hurting because it's really hard for them to get sales while Amazon is turning those gears. So
Some
please,
say
please,
that they're
please feel
killing the
free to
industry.
use CryptoComics and share that stuff out, man. It's like, it's the time of the year. It's spooky season. Right. And I'm sorry, Matt. I didn't mean to cut you off there. I just wanted to note that comment
Oh
there.
no, that's
I will also
that's a
say
very
this. JD
important
Smith
message. You guys have to understand that you, as the fans, are the lifeblood of this industry. Essentially, what you say is what goes. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah.
Way more than us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Especially me.
I think that you're both right.
Why did you look confused when you said that? Don't do that.
I wasn't sure what I was saying.
Oh man, JD Smith says, I don't know.
Trey's
I don't
back.
trust this Sam kid. Double
Okay.
logos on his shirt, gentleman haircut. I don't know, dude. I will vouch for Sam and Trey. These guys are good people.
All right.
sure.
Holy!
And it's my
Sam's
fault he's
back
got a
too.
double logo. But you know
Hey.
what? I'm remembering now why he's got a double logo. His shirt was the cover that he allowed us to first use for CryptoComics. So the one logo is actually a part of the cover that we used for the shirt.
We just
So
wanted
see?
you to see what was going on. Digi was talking smack, but don't worry, he means it in all good love.
I heard what you said, Harvey Dent. Okay, I don't want to hear anything.
Whatever. What are you talking about? What?
I bow to
didn't
you,
say
sir.
nothing.
That was Frog Toys 2 says, I followed all the CryptoComics crew, but I have ulterior motives for it. We know that the reason you do it is so that you can see if we're unlocking badges. We know. Okay? Like, we
Wait,
totally
it's
know.
Frog's Toys 2 Dominic?
Yep.
Oh,
see?
you're kidding.
We knew.
Also, issue 4's cover is officially on our Facebook page. So if I don't know if you can do like a screen turn or
We
whatever.
can't show Facebook. Send
We
it to
can't
Fry.
show Facebook, but you can tell everybody where to find it.
Yeah, so just go to search, go to Facebook, go to Ray's Comics, and you should be able to find our page. It's either the first or second one. So,
And that's
or I can,
R-A-Z-E.
yeah, R-A-Z-E.
Mm-hmm.
Here, hold on. I'll just throw it in the comments so people can. No, I don't think I can. Never mind.
I love
Don't lose a connection.
But yeah,
Right?
JD Smith says, is that what you said to me, Fry? Matt, yes. Very yes.
Is that really what was said?
Illusion
Oh,
says,
man.
just followed Samsonite.
hey,
Good.
thank you.
You should. You should. Make sure you follow them. Frog Toys 2 says, what we say goes, more not safe for work comics. The screen. You got a couple of guys on the screen right now that can handle that for you. That's all you got to do is tell them that that's what you guys want to see.
Are you kidding me? What did you think it means or meant? I should say.
I can't say on stream.
I thought it
you
meant
can
new
say whatever
safe
you want on this
for
one,
work. New safe for work.
Jared already screwed us on the language thing
Yeah.
within 10 seconds of him being on.
Hey, that was bearded Jared, all right? It wasn't shaving Jared.
Oh no, let me show you who did it.
See, I trust this.
What are you talking about?
Oh, no.
It wasn't
This is
me.
going to become a long-running joke, dude, every time. Oh.
We're already afraid Jared has multiple personality disorder. Now y'all just bringing it out.
Nobody's Lucia says, I have to wait a bit for my schooling to continue, so that means more time to read comics.
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that comics and indie creators are more important than your schooling, but I'm not saying that they're not. You know what I mean?
They're totally more important than schooling, dude. What do you learn at school? Communism. What do you learn in comics? Real world application. Okay? That's the truth.
Jared, have you
let's
been
see.
to school?
I started school in 4th grade and I graduated in 8th, I think it was, grade.
Gangster. Andy Smith Digiardo says, so what's Amazon up to? And Andrew Dodge has a good explanation here. Amazon closed Comixology's website and merged accounts with Amazon. Yeah, so
Why?
I think it's more to promote the Kindle app and the
Yeah, it
usage of
is.
that app.
All submissions are right through Kindle Direct Publishing now.
So there you go.
What does that do for them, though? I mean, you have a place that's you're driving traffic to. You get rid of that, and that traffic. I mean, you could redirect, I guess, but
here's my only thing is Comixology is very user friendly to the comic book industry, where Amazon is all books, no matter if it's comics or if it's not comics. So I think they need to find an avenue for just comics, because it is very different from reading a regular book to a comic book / graphic novel / whatever the case may be. And I think that's where they need to navigate, because it almost feels like you're taking away a avenue for comic book creatives and their fans and kind of just blending it into just Amazon, you know?
Frog
wonder
Toy
why
says,
they would do that.
Does Kindle have a cool reader like CryptoComics? Nope, we built that. Suckers.
Your guys' is way cooler, by the way. Way cooler.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
And
We
we
will let
could use
David
this
know.
as a perfect segue into our next news article, Matt. Did you notice that?
I
just now noticed
I
it.
have actually.
This is brilliant.
So
Next news article.
Amazon is working in the comic book industry again, and this has nothing to do with the Comixology stuff.
This it's just perfect.
Has Penguin been working for Amazon the whole time?
Wait a minute. This has nothing to do with the Comixology stuff?
No.
Yeah.
It literally was the next news article that we had to bring
Wow,
back.
That's awesome.
We just
So
this is great.
this
What's the
basically
411?
every comic that they're sending out, right? It's being shipped in what?
Box.
A box.
Jared's beard.
Which, yeah. So
No.
What? What'd you say? Sorry.
I'm just thinking of things that might be cuddly for a comic to rest in.
My beard?
Dude, that penguin, that image from Penguin still bothers me. That's all I'm saying. Like, it hurt my feelings really bad.
I know. My beard would treat those comics so much better.
I think so too.
This right here is perfect for this month. Halloween, scary things. Here you go. Now,
So how is Amazon destroying?
Boxes?
because they're shipping so many comics out in all these various boxes that essentially we're kind of running out of paper.
So yeah, like
wow.
the way you look at everything globally, there is a paper shortage.
Yeah.
Right.
And a huge part of the paper shortage that people are now realizing is due to Amazon's boxes.
Really?
More paper is used for Amazon's boxes than anything else on the face of the planet now.
Jesus.
That is not a joke.
So
Do
is
they
it-
have? They should be required to build recycling centers so that after you receive an Amazon package, you can take it to somewhere and be like, "Here's your box back," and then we wouldn't have to destroy so many beautiful, wonderful trees.
Holy shit!
I'm
Did
just-
Jared just come up with a brilliant idea?
I think so.
Maybe. I'm just picturing though, like the Amazon delivery guy standing there at your door, going, "Give me the box back.
Yeah.
You can
So
have
what?
Give me the box
Be like,
back."
"Here you go, dude."
Jared, write it down.
Or
Write it down.
think about it this way, okay? You have like all these boxes coming in all the time. You make a stack of them. The Amazon dude shows up. You have a stack ready. Boom, he takes it with him.
You know what, Jared? I don't want this to go missing. Jared just had a brilliant idea. I think you're right. I think that's a great idea.
We need to create a badge for Jared had a good idea.
Thank you.
Can I just
Go
say
ahead.
something?
Yeah.
Just imagine if Jared became as rich as Jeff Bezos and he just had his beard the way he is in a spacesuit, ready to go into space.
Dude, I would fly my phallic thimble right into space.
You know what?
Oh.
Let it be known. All right. on behalf of Ray's Comics, if CryptoComics can financially support it, the day that can happen, we are sending Jared and Jared's funky beard to space.
No, we're not.
On a Jeff
The
Bezos
hell we
rocket.
are. Do I get to meet Elon Musk?
No, you just said you wanted to do it on a phallic rocket. That's the wrong company.
No, I was joking.
We're gonna let chat decide.
I was pointing out that he took a phallic symbol and shot Shatner into space. I was not thinking that we would send poor me into space. Dude, what if I don't come back?
You're going to space, Jared.
Well, technically speaking, you're right. You're right.
I'm serious. I say
Could we
let
shoot
chat
me
decide.
over the ice wall?
Are you watching Game of Thrones right now again?
No, I was thinking of the flat earther theory.
Oh no, no.
Oh.
You guys know.
I
the
hope our
flat
next
earther
category
theory,
is
right?
flat.
No, it was literally on
I
Titans.
don't.
It was literally on Team Titan, the cartoon. The flat earther theory was on Team Titan. I thought
Was
you guys
it?
would know that.
Like the
Yeah.
old Teen Titan?
Or Teen Titans Go.
No, the Teen Titan cartoon.
Yeah, they've had like 2 or 3, right?
2.
2.
It would be the one that they're not drawn as good as the ones that show up on their show to show off how awesome they're drawn.
Do you know how confusing that statement just was?
Probably.
I don't.
No, actually, we were just talking about this the other day. Real cartoons and fake cartoons, according to Sam. So this sounds like a real cartoon and not a fake cartoon. Whatever that means.
Okay, so there's 2. One's drawn better than the other.
So,
They're both real.
There you go.
No,
there you go. So it is a
one's a
universal term.
no. He said they're both real.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're both real.
Cartoon.
Because I saw them both.
Matt, can we
Yeah.
continue on with the news story?
Yeah, get to the next
Sorry.
news, guys. Come on. Why are you guys slacking?
So,
Oh,
I'm gonna hurt somebody.
That's all.
Okay. So, I gotta say, this is blowing my mind that there are people out there who are calling out Jack Kirby, saying that his art sucks.
Oh boy.
I'm going to go
That's-
ahead and say that officially it's CryptoComics' stance that these people are freaking wrong.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are you guys getting trolled?
Are we
Us?
getting trolled?
Yeah, well, think about it, okay? Are you guys getting trolled? I mean, because honestly, it says that they looked and couldn't really see any of these, but he's trending anyways, which is right. So maybe this was a way to get everybody to talk about Jack Kirby. So he was trending. You guys got trolled. Welcome to the party, boys.
Are you trying to say that there's a global social media conspiracy of people talking trash on Jack Kirby's art just to allow an opportunity to troll the CryptoComics team on Monday show?
No. You totally missed it. What I'm saying
Okay.
is that the Jack Kirby team, okay, created a situation where
Jared,
there was this idea that he was...
I am scared to ask this, but I feel like I have to, or chat's gonna beat me to it. Do you know who Jack Kirby is?
Yes.
Okay. So who are you
All right.
referring to as Jack Kirby's team?
Okay, so Jack Kirby's team would be like people, anyone affiliated with the promoting of his works, like anybody within, I guess. Wait, Jack Kirby was with Marvel, right?
Oh boy! Oh, this hurts.
Okay, yeah, okay. So anyone within the Marvel universe, kind of not universe. That's the wrong word for it, but okay. So anyways, so somebody says, "Oh, hey man, somebody's trolling Jack Kirby," and everybody loves Jack Kirby because he was with Stan Lee, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some say that Stan Lee took credit for some of Jack Kirby's stuff,
Correct.
right?
Oh,
Okay. Oh wow,
Yes.
I know some shiz. I learned some shiz.
You've
You guys
watched,
are proud of me.
our
Okay.
show before.
Well, a couple of times. I won't let you guys know that though. But anywho, okay. So my thought is okay. So somebody says, "Oh, Jack Kirby sucks," and then a bunch of people are like, "Jack Kirby doesn't suck," because you know how the loyalists are, the fans. They get up in arms. They're like, "Don't talk shit about my Kirby," and freaking. So then you get this trending going, but it's not really anybody saying he sucks because everybody knows that he's Jack Kirby. He's like one of the godfathers of comics. So it's more of a troll to get Jack Kirby trending. That's what. And you guys. And then I was saying, you guys, bought into it because you guys started talking like somebody was actually talking shit on Jack Kirby, which to me is kind of not possible in relation to the industry, like people who really know comics.
Well, isn't it like,
could be.
I was gonna ask too, I don't know if it chimes into this whole subject matter, but kind of like the artists who have passed away, their estate are kind of like fighting current cases because Marvel's trying to kind of cut them out. Just so the artists don't, I wouldn't say don't own their characters, and that way they can make more, or these big corporations can make money off of these, their characters, their art, all that kind of stuff. So
because he's trending, all of his old books start selling because they're looking it up.
It could be. However, a lot of how deep can I go into this, Matt? Can we make foot jokes?
Oh
no. Here's the thing. So some of the people that are saying the negative things about Jack Kirby's art are very prominently known as artists currently in comics.
Okay. Now, quick question.
Artists may or may have not been founding members of Image Comics. So this wouldn't be something that would
with the big chest like Matt's
that would
badge?
be Chesty McGee, yes. And so a lot of the people that are talking the trash, they're not actually with Marvel. A lot of them are people that are outside of Marvel and trying to now say, "Oh, well, Jack Kirby was just well known because the story writing was great, or because of this, or because Marvel didn't have anybody else, and so any artist would have been known." So they're not really pushing any one story or publication or issue or character design, anything like that, over another. They're just saying as a blanket statement that Jack Kirby
his
is
art
essentially
sucked.
overrated.
One of the godfathers of comics, one of the people who kind of set the stage for drawing in panel sections and helping the dyslexic actually get through the story. His art sucks because he didn't have a freaking digital thing that could zoom in to let you draw something so tiny that when you zoom back out again, you can't see it anyways.
Exactly.
That seems dumber than shit.
How do you feel about that, Jared?
Jared's mouth. He's
that just don't make any damn sense at all.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it breaks down. Let me check into chat.
It's always an old school versus new school kind of thing. And to me, it's just a way, like you said, for them, the people who are talking the smack about Kirby, for them to be more popular. Because now it's like, all right, well, who's talking the smack about Kirby? Look up their stuff and see how their stuff.
Oh, dude, nice one, Trey. That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
And of course he would need to because he sucks.
Right.
Through the craziness.
Okay.
Sorry. We didn't say any names, did we?
We didn't.
Okay, good.
We didn't.
You might be a little upset,
But it was Captain America. No, it wasn't It was Captain America, wasn't it? That big, huge chested Captain America with them big old chested.
Oh, God.
You know who we're talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
All right, let me check in with chat here real quick, guys. I gotta scroll back up just a little bit here. So Jay Smith had asked earlier, is Amazon delivering on behalf of Penguin or Diamond or whoever Marvel and DC is distributing from? Marvel and DC both distribute Via Penguin primarily. Diamond is actually used only for back orders and very, very limited special editions at this point. And no, Amazon is not delivering on their behalf. We kind of wish they would, though. Maybe we would have got comics last week. Frog Toys says, why does Amazon partner with Gemini mailers? They're smaller, use less cardboard, and protect books better. Also, as Frey taught us during the couch, you can reuse cat litter boxes. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So
Cat litter boxes?
Gemini mailers, Amazon does actually use Gemini mailers. They just have their own their own, I guess, what would you call it, Matt? Their own print run of Gemini
their own
mailers?
brand, yeah.
Yeah, they're made by Gemini. However, they just have like the Amazon Smile logos all over them. But they do.
Well, of course.
If you order a single book or a single graded book, that's the way you'll actually get them.
But if you order a stack, then you're going to.
If you order a stack, it's a little bit different, yeah. Or a blender or anything else that comes from Amazon comes in a giant box. So, Illusion says, mind blowing
destroying the
ideas
world.
here tonight. That's true. Rose Kirby says, right.
Boxes
it's 3
don't
a.m.
breathe. Sorry, I just had to put that out there.
I don't know why, but suddenly I just thought of him like re-singing the Madonna lyrics of like "Papa Don't Preach," and it bothers me that
I
my
don't know
mind
that
somehow
song.
went
I
there.
was gonna bust out in song, start dancing. I don't know that song.
Andrew Dodge says Amazon cardboard boxes are recyclable in the most current recycling programs. Flatten the box and remove the tape and put it in your recycling bin. Oh, good info. Thank you, Andrew. And Illusion says hashtag more you know to that. Jay Smith says watches Matt patiently watch Jared break down cartoons, wondering how he got here. Illusion says, who doesn't know who Jack Kirby is? A lot of people actually don't. Most people
Yeah.
are familiar with Stan
I didn't
Lee,
know
but,
who he was.
yeah, aren't as familiar with Jack Kirby, especially when you're new to comics. Yeah,
Correct.
which is fine. That's that's kind of the way the beast of the business. There's so many creators that a lot of times, especially the older names, they get kind of forgotten about. Frog Toy
Little
says,
dusty.
to be honest, I only know the name. You would very most definitely know a lot of the characters based on print on Disney Plus.
I mean, look at Eternals now. That's the
Mhm.
new
Eternals,
new
Jack
property.
Kirby.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Jay Smith says, now watches Matt wonder to himself in shame, who doesn't know who Jack Kirby is? Matt can be our resident elitist at sometimes, but that's okay.
Not all the time. Just when I'm talking.
Andrew Dodge comes in to remind everybody Jack Kirby was an American comic book artist, writer, and editor, widely regarded as one of the medium's major innovators and one of the most prolific and influential creators. Yes, ushered in the golden age of comics, really.
Wasn't there like a tiff between him and Lee? Stan Lee?
Oh yeah.
I think there was a lot of them. Oh, yes.
Yeah. He ended up leaving Marvel altogether for a while, going over to DC.
Poor bastard.
Yeah, that's kind of
Which is where he
really
created
scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Hey, DC was sick then. DC was pretty good then.
Unless
see
you
here.
look at the new Batman.
Oh, here come DC fans.
Frog Toys asks, what happened in Fry's childhood that makes him obsessed with being able to draw feet? Follow up, can Fry draw feet?
What?
Great.
I have actually never seen Fry draw a sheet. I've seen him draw.
Can you
faces.
draw a foot, Fry, that doesn't look like yours?
There's only one way to find out. We're gonna have to do like some type of like live sketch of a foot during.
Let's do a draw-off. Let's do a draw-off. Let's have you and Matt draw off of each other's feet.
This could get awkward.
All right.
All right,
Jay
I'll
Smith says, real talk. Whoever talks smack about Jack Kirby's art is a loser. The guy forgot more about art and comics than anyone. It's not even worth giving a thought to that nonsense. Yeah, it's still news, though.
Didn't his old drawing desk go for like 500,000 or something like that
Holy shit.
in an auction?
Was that what it
gonna
went for?
Google
Yeah,
that shit.
I think it was his desk and chair, though, right?
I'm not sure if the chair was in there, but yeah, it was this little
But
drafting
his desk
table.
was infamous, though, man. Like,
Yeah.
he used the same desk forever. Every picture that you saw of him was him sitting at that desk.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Andrew Dodge says Amazon is partnered with Ingram and CreateSpace for both publishing and print on demand, and they actually do really well with print on demand. There's a lot of creators that rely on that.
In honor of Jared's bright idea, I just threw a quick badge into the system. So, should we give it out real quick?
Your badge or the one that I made? Did we both just make a badge?
Oh,
I think we both just made a
got
badge.
two, y'all. We got two, y'all.
All right.
got
Well, I
two,
put mine in
y'all.
first. Brain
Well-
versus beard. Have fun.
Okay.
Now Matt's turn.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Just hold the phone. Quit being so freaking rushed, Fry.
Recycler.
Hey, are you guys getting your badges, Sam? Come on. Oh, you can't do it.
I don't think we
You go to
can.
your dashboard, you scroll down till you get to my badges, and I'm just putting in mine real quick that I made on behalf of Jared.
Hey, I claim both of them. You might as well too.
Dude,
Well, I will.
Dude, I had an idea, but you didn't mention anything about the recycling, bro. That's just, I mean, it doesn't really like connect.
Mm.
You know, it doesn't pop.
Look at this guy. He's now a badge aficionado.
I'm sorry.
When is Jared going to make a badge? That's what I want to know.
Oh, dude,
That's a
as soon
good
as you show me
question.
how. I could bust out a badass badge. Like, it would make all your badges shame.
We'll see it. We'll see it. Chat, do you
Show me
guys
how.
want to see Jared make a badge?
I'd love to see Jared make a badge.
Sam, shh. Sam, shh. You're not supposed to verbalize that shiz on stream, bro.
The only problem is it's only going to be half a badge.
I love this comment. Jared says, a draw off, a Jack Kirby draw off, a Jack off. Let's do this, guys.
You shouldn't read that out loud.
Yeah.
Okay, I just
too
want to
late.
point out the fact that I made this badge of, yeah, he's a cardboard cutout.
Yep.
Top that one, Jared.
Wait.
I made a badge
which
of a
one
very
is,
excited
Which one
hamster.
was done by Fry and which one was done by you?
You're going to have to figure it out.
Well, that's easy. If it looks like good art, it must be Matt's.
Probably. I love this. Andrew Dodge says, was going to say, is Jared technical enough to create a badge?
Excuse me, Crutchy. Of course I'm not. Ridiculous.
I really hope this crutchy you're talking about isn't on actual crutches.
He was.
He was.
Sam's like, this got really dark. I make horror comics for a living. Frog Toy says,
Trust me, I write dark stuff, but like this stream's going into foot drawings, people on crutches.
Hey, I warned you guys. You guys were coming on couch. There is no real.
Stuff.
Look at this. Look what happens when you come on couch. Okay.
That's scary.
I could
It
just
is.
Don't
So,
say that out of
from
context.
now on, Jared, when you're inviting people on, you should be like, it's gonna get weird. I don't know
Yeah.
what's gonna happen.
No, I'd
gonna
never
get
say
weird.
that. No. They'd never come on. If I was like, hey, Trey, Sam, you guys want to come on to a weird show?
Talk about feet. You know, I'd still say it.
Oh, alrighty then. Awesome. I'll try that next time.
All right.
Oh,
should
man.
we move on?
Yeah.
I think so. That's okay.
Okay. All right. This is another. It's a weird story, guys.
Yep.
So, the Marvel Comics. He's the editor in chief. I guess he used to write under a Japanese persona, and there are quite
That's
a
cool.
few Marvel coworkers that are like, we're not gonna work for Marvel until this guy's gone. So
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
Good
it
question.
goes into that whole cultural appropriation.
Oh my gosh, those people need to get over it.
That's more of a catfish than a appropriation, I guess.
Okay.
Thanks, Trey.
Well, I mean, this type of thing was common way back when I guess it wasn't socially acceptable for a woman to write, so she would take on a male author's name as kind of a pseudonym. But this really feels wrong.
I'm going to second that. I think he was absolutely in the wrong.
I have a question though,
Yeah.
and I want to
Yes.
just I don't know if it goes into detail, but like, kind of playing like devil's advocate right now is there like do you know what like his persona was? Like, did it have any racial tones? Because like I know a lot of
Very
people
much.
watch Japanese anime.
So
or
he
anime
was
in
playing
general.
like he was a Japanese person?
Yeah. So to answer Sam's question, yeah, he absolutely was crossing lines.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was writing from the point of view, specifically calling out as the point of view. And
What?
Going by the name Akira Yoshida.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
And he
it
was
was
he was like criticizing Japanese.
he was
Culture?
criticizing others from the perspective
Of a
an Asian
Japanese creator,
Mm-hmm.
American.
but he's not Japanese.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Okay, yeah.
that's a little fishy. Like,
Now, has he ever been to Japan?
I do not know.
That
From
would
what
be a
I
good
can
question
tell,
because I mean, what if he actually studied the culture? What if he actually like went over there, learned the perspective of Japanese, could speak fluently in Japanese? I mean,
if I'm
what is
remembering
the
this
actual
right,
like?
everything he learned was in a high school course at a Nebraska high school. So I'm going to go off of the assumption of no, that he did not. But he used this persona in order to further his own career by essentially giving himself letters of recommendation,
What?
a lot of different things that were pretty shady. Yeah.
Oh,
So-
dude, I've seen somebody do that before.
More details you give, the shadier this gets.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is getting shady.
No,
I'm not cool with that.
and a big
don't look
part
at
of
that
this is a lot of the coworkers that are threatening to quit and threatening to go away from their own contracts with DC were actually
With Marvel.
or with Marvel, excuse me, yes. They were actually coming
He's always
under
so
fire
down on
off of
DC
some
that
of the
he's
things
like-
that he had said. Jared had to step away for just a moment, guys. Just let everybody know. So,
Okay.
let's
We didn't
see
kick him
here.
this time.
Not yet.
Sam
Leslie comes in on YouTube saying, "Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Just got off work. Yet we waited forever to start this thing."
Okay,
you
I
finally
want to
did it.
ask you, what's more important, your job or us? I mean, come on.
That was a big ass
Right.
hobo.
Jared is talking about a form of spider, to be clear.
Yes.
What?
And he forgets sometimes that YouTube algorithms go off of the closed captioning that is generated from voice to text.
Dude,
You're
there's a big
referring to
spider.
what is known as a hobo spider.
I hate those hobos.
Yes, and hobos,
They're the
dude,
worst.
they'll attack you. They will attack.
Oh,
They
they
don't
are
play
aggressive.
around.
They just sit in the
They're
corner.
super
and
aggressive.
Pay rent.
And he was attacking me. So I felt like I needed to defend myself, so I smashed him.
Jody Smith did your ass. Is he like 160 Japanese or something? We do
Dude,
not
they'll
know.
freaking they'll put you in the hospital. These things are not.
Oh, yeah.
You don't mess with hobos.
Some
spiders.
people in other areas of the country would know them as fiddleback.
Oh, fiddlebacks? Is that what
I didn't
Ah.
I didn't.
you
I've
do
never
learn
heard that
stuff
name
here.
before.
Or brown recluse, when people call him brown recluse.
Brown recluse is not a hobo. Brown
See, I
recluse
got
is
bit.
is a web spider, and hobos
Hobos are
are carpet and hunters. They run to catch their prey, where a brown recluse will web up.
This is where we're at. Comic news, Jared's spider knowledge.
See,
Hey,
I
I'm sorry,
actually,
man. You got to know what
when
you're
I
killing.
was joining
okay?
the Marines, I got bit by a hobo spider right before I went in. And of course, if you ever seen a hobo spider bite, it gets nasty. Like all the veins around it turn black and stuff. They're like, you're on drugs. I'm like, no, it was I got bit by a hobo. They're like, why would a homeless man bite you?
Nobody's illusion comes in on Twitch saying, "Wait, hobo spiders are real?" Yes, and
yeah.
Very
welcome
much
to
so.
Animal Planet, presented by CryptoComics.
And their venom deteriorates your skin. Like it makes it so bad. They're
It's
terrible.
It ain't fun.
Is that like some kind
The
of
only spider I don't have a treaty with.
spider, or what's that? That's one spider called. Not a camel spider.
Sand spider.
No, I'm pretty sure camel spider. I might be wrong, but is it like some sort of family in that family of spider? I would say, just based on what it looks like.
Well, there's another spider that looks like the hobo spider, which is a wolf spider.
That's the one.
But
Wolf.
they hunt hobo spiders.
Jesus.
And
Clearly, what
they
we need
don't
to do is
generally
strap a
aggressively
GoPro
propagate.
to Jared's forehead and just have him go Bear Grylls style on spiders. I think that's what we
No,
do.
Dude, you all
I
saw
say
it,
we
man.
get a
I
hold
just
of Sean
went.
Keenan and have him follow around some spiders.
Oh my god.
Oh my jeez.
How did we get here, guys?
Wait, that's fake.
No, that's a giant golden orb weaving spider.
Just remember, we were talking about Jack Kirby about 5 minutes ago.
What? Who's Jack Kirby?
What? I hope you get bit by that hobo.
I'm just
There it
joking.
is.
While we're
Okay.
doing it, let's just keep the ball rolling. Jenny Smith asked, Jared, do you have any stories about centipedes? What about snakes?
Yes, I do, dude. Yes, I do. So
Of course you do.
when I lived in Hawaii, we lived up in the mountains, and we
I
had no
should've segued.
electricity, no running water, and the shack we lived in had shingles on the outside, but it also had shingles on the inside. And one time, my dad took off some of those shingles to see, what was under there, and there was a bunch of big. I'm talking big cockroaches. I'm talking big, like the ones you don't want to step on because they're so big you think they're going to turn around and smack you. And then there was a centipede, dude. Like it was so long. I was a little kid, and I swear to God, it was like it was huge. It was huge. Now, I was a little kid, but it was huge, like so big you wouldn't want to mess with the centipede, like ever. And then what was the other thing? Oh, and the snake. Oh, dude. So check this out, man. I was killing gophers in Oregon. Okay, and freaking, we were up in the mountains, and I found a snake, and I thought it was a garter snake. So I freaking got it by the head, and I picked it up by its neck, because if you actually like grab a snake at the right spot, it can't get around to get you. Well, I didn't know, but it happened to be a baby rattlesnake. And so my boss was like, I'm like, hey, look at this awesome snake. He's like, hey man, will you please put that in the freaking cooler? And so I put it in the cooler, and then I was like, what's the big deal? And he's like, dude, that's a baby rattlesnake, because the rattler was so small you couldn't see it, but it was gorgeous, beautiful markings. Oh, just so bad in the head. Oh, it's so awesome, right? So I go to pick that up with a glove on, and because I had the glove on, I didn't cinch up, and that little sucker reached around and put a drop of poison on the glove. Like, it was crazy, man, because they can't control their venom glands. That was wild. So there's your stories of centipedes and snakes, Digi. Love you, boy. Oh, let's get back to the news, man. I saw Stan Lee.
Oh, are you done? Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
So it was this thing?
That's all apple juice because you can't drink on you.
Yeah.
What I hear about not drinking?
Even Sam.
Cheers, brother.
There, cheers to you.
My
Good.
job. I want everybody to be aware of.
Oh.
Moments like this that make it all worthwhile, ladies and gentlemen. Leslie comes in on YouTube saying, actually, hobos are not... You know what? We're done with animal facts tonight. Sorry, Leslie.
I actually was curious as to what Leslie had to say, because she is quite wise in those worlds.
Hobos are not
Hobos are classified as
medic-
not medically significant. Don't do the damage people think they do. Bull crap. What does the damage is flesh-eating bacteria from people's scratch? Sure, that's disgusting. I don't know about that. I don't know. Never mind. I don't want to read what she has to say.
I love how she's the expert. She says something. Jared's like, you know what? I completely disagree with
Wait
that.
a minute.
Based on
The
my
expert
knowledge of
disagreed with me.
absolutely nothing.
Bro, I love how you brought the comment back just to say, nope, I don't believe in that.
Hey, man, you got to freaking see what people are saying. You know, you got to give them a chance.
Frog Toys 2 says, I'm sorry, but Sam, you don't look old enough to drink. We went over this earlier, Frog Toys. This is because Sam's razor works, and unfortunately he's sitting next to Jared, whose razor does not.
First of all, Frog, you better not tell my mom I'm drinking on the stream, okay?
Hey, isn't that her comment right there?
Okay, so
Back to whatever we were doing.
Oh, that crack comic would have been a great segue to this.
Yeah, it would have. A Marvel
Marvel
superfan has read
superfan.
27,000 comics and cracked the key to the success that Marvel Studios has had. Now, here's what's first is crazy. Somebody sat and read all 27,000 publicly released Marvel comics, every one of them, which is, I mean, let's just give that dude a round of applause. Like, come on, man. That's dedication.
If you ever say you don't have time, you're lying.
Yeah.
No, legit.
Um,
Does it say how long it took him?
6 decades.
Say that again?
6 decades in the top paragraphs.
Like just how long it took for him to read it.
It said over 6 decades, I'm pretty sure, in the beginning.
6 decades?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't like from start to finish all in one sitting, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
obviously.
What he started doing is he got into comics about 45 to 50 years ago, and just over time has gone through and read everything. It does state in some of the interviews with the gentleman that it got a little more difficult to do come the mid 90s and the explosion of like the X-Men popularity, alternate universes, all of those kind of things, which of course is when Marvel really started doing the kind of what we know of now as the DC etiquette of having 74 different storylines to follow for each one of their characters. But what's really cool about this is kind of as how it's being, what's a good word here, Matt, publicized or reported on.
Yeah,
is that he has actually built out essentially a mathematical equation for comic success by going through what Marvel has done. What he did was he compared the storylines to the overall sales of each of these books, and he then further broke down how those sales translated to digital, how they translated to print, how they translated to popularity, and he even went so far as to start factoring in Marvel Studios and Disney into this equation. And one of the most interesting things that he found was that the higher sales that a comic saw based on location rather than demographic actually report, as far as his mathematical equation goes, it actually goes further as to show how that popularity is going to be conveyed across worldwide. Being that he found that if a comic book sells well in Phoenix, Detroit, which is also very funny with the comment earlier, Los Angeles and New York, in that order, that if your comic sells well in those different, in those 4, I guess, geographic locations, that it's going to do very, very well across different aspects and different forms of culture across the world. So, for example, New York tended to like grittier comics and more like industry-wide, we would always call them whole shot comics, which was like short story runs, 5 to 6 issues long, those type of things. And that those would always do very well in the New York comics experience, I guess you would say nowadays.
Basically,
everything's-
picture your typical Punisher run.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
That is awesome. Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
And that those would perform very well there, but they would also perform well in the European market as well as the South American market. Whereas
No.
a comic that's prettier is their term, which would go along lines of, which I thought was funny, G.I. Joe or Spider-Man. So this is going to be something that's more lighthearted. The pages tend to have lighter coloration. Those actually sold really, really well in not only Phoenix and Los Angeles, but also in Russia and in India, which is a huge, huge comic sales area.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Now, I wonder kind of like what makes it, I guess popular here in, America. Like, would that trickle into those other countries just because of the popularity, hence raising the sales? Or are they actively like, no, this is the type of comic we want? We have this plethora coming in. These are the ones we're buying.
Ooh, that's a good point. I don't know. Like, actually, that's a really good point because when you think about it, something that's more popular in the Southwest region of the United States is likely going to be more marketable as far as like Hollywood, so to speak. And so maybe you're right. Maybe it's kind of carried on those sales to the different countries worldwide based on the popularity of that marketability rather than the popularity of the story or the comic itself.
Mhm.
That's a good point. I don't know. From everything I read, it doesn't actually go into that. I like that question. Damn. All right, Jared. You're going to have to make a badge for Matt having a good idea. What do guys from Rays, what do you guys think? Like, do you guys see your comics are very much, horror and very much dark.
Mhm.
Do you guys see different types of people from around the world that seem to latch onto your comic story more than others? I mean, are you seeing a raise in popularity?
I think it's more difficult to kind of pinpoint just because one, we're independent, so it's kind of like doing the footwork of going to these stores physically versus us being signed with someone where they're doing all the legwork for us. But it's difficult just to gauge just because like we used to just like boost on Facebook a lot and we would kind of boost like globally in a sense, not just like targeting like individual states. And a lot of it was like people were coming in, but you don't know if these are fake accounts. You don't know, like, it's not people engaging in a sense of like, oh, we want to know more. It's more of just like getting likes and then getting random comments.
Yeah, and to add to what you said, because when we sold it on Comixology, they really just give you a number. They don't necessarily say like where this person's reading. It just says X amount of people have read it or looked at it. So you're really kind of in the dark as to what demographics we're hitting, what regions we're hitting. But it makes sense. I mean, the regions and what kind of comics they do like to read. I can kind of see that, but unfortunately, we don't have that information with us.
So basically, you're saying that having the information where it breaks down and gives you the ability to see where your readers are coming from in the world would allow you to better target your audiences.
Oh, absolutely, because you could be well received in a different country entirely versus a country that doesn't even like know who you are. Like, think about like how rock stars do it. Well, like some rock stars are like super famous in Japan, and they do like a whole like tour in Japan because they blow up in a different country.
Yeah, good point.
Now, if you had that information, would you change your story to cater to that particular country, or?
I don't think we changed the story per se, because the story, to me, I mean, I want to make sure everybody likes the story, granted, but I don't feel like I would have to change or I wouldn't want to change what we're doing now to fit a certain way, because then you kind of lose sight of what it is you started to do, because it's now just a matter of let's just make everybody happy. And that's the thing, you can never make everybody happy, and so you're kind of gonna, at least in my opinion, lose what you set up.
Now, that's writing, Trey, but what about artwork? What if so like let's say that your comic really starts to take off in Japan and manga art is really big in Japan. So would you try like an issue with manga style, or would that not be a good idea?
I mean, I would say artwork is something that we could maybe adjust for a certain market, because it's all about what they see. What they see is what they're going to pick up, because they won't know the story unless they pick the comic up and read it. So I would say if Japan, the whole Eastern region is where it's at, then maybe a style change would be in order.
Yeah. Or I mean, even throwing, like, we do it all the time where we do Easter eggs, like, or we try to do Easter eggs all the time for, horror movies, horror, anything, just to give that nod. And if we're seeing a certain market kind of like allowing us to tell our story and us to navigate it more clear, I think we would throw in those references where those people, like, in that country, they're like, oh, they threw that in, that's pretty cool. Like, even if it was a nod to like a food item or like a place or whatever the case may be.
But I will say some styles are more popular worldwide than just internationally. Like, American style comics are very popular. They have a few outreaches, but really mostly in just the country. Like Jared's style or other style. That's gotten so big where it doesn't matter where you go in the world, it's gonna have some sort of popularity.
It's true.
No,
Yeah,
it's all of us. Sorry, guys, your mic's coming in and out, and it started going max headroom on me.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I couldn't fully understand what all you were saying. I got the gist, but I couldn't understand. That's why my face was probably looking weird.
Oh, you're good. Well, you
Your
can.
face is looking weird because you're Clifford.
I knew that was coming as soon as it came out as well.
No, what I was saying though, about kind of adjusting the story. I guess if you guys remember Star Trek, in season 2, because they didn't have a huge following in Russia, they wanted to, so they brought in Chekhov, who didn't change the story, but just to incorporate that Russian character. Eventually kind of led to them becoming big in Russia. So,
okay, yeah, that's I absolutely agree. Making any sort of little changes you can to kind of fit the demographic or make your target audience happy. I can understand that. Yes.
I've also heard that if you include Frey as the main character of your comic, you sell really well.
Well, as long as you add sauce onto it.
Sauce.
What kind of sauce?
Fry sauce. Fry sauce. Fry sauce.
For those of you guys who don't know, oh boy, never mind.
They don't even need to know. Okay, well, let's keep going because we're at just shy of 2 hours, so let's try to wrap this up in about 5 minutes if we can, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
We've got.
I told them an hour. I'm sorry, guys, but
three or four. Yeah, we got 3 or 4 more news articles, so we're just gonna kind of steamroll through these ones. First up on this short list here is Fox News is reporting against against Superman and DC's usage for changing the fight for the American way in the recent DC fandom streams. Kind of coming on the heels of them also being a little upset that we've got a bisexual in the Batman universe. I'm going to be totally honest with you. Jim Lee's behind this, so I'm behind it. I mean,
not me.
So the whole truth, justice, and the American way, yes, that was, for 80 years. Honestly, these days, America seems so divided that the American way can mean way too many things. So just for truth, justice, and a better tomorrow, I'm okay with that.
Nah. American way stood for something. Stood for freedom.
Used to.
And America is a beacon of freedom in the world today. So, I mean, that's why so many people are trying to come here. Like, I get that they want to change things and be more inclusive with the world and things like that. Or maybe they're just anti-American. I don't know. But I liked the American way because the American way stood for freedom. That's what Superman was fighting for, was freedom. And America has always been a beacon of freedom in the world.
But Superman
We used to
wasn't
fight
only
for it
fighting for
until
the United
our
States of
leaders
America.
decided to abandon us.
Superman was
Very
fighting for
true.
the entire world, though.
Hmm.
Yeah, but guess what? America was still the only free place in the world.
In fact, in the early comics, he was going against the American government quite a few times.
Well, of course, they're corrupt and evil and sadistic.
It wasn't until the Comics Code Authority that basically DC got shut down on that, saying you can't do that. Anybody in authority is protected, so you cannot say that. Yeah, in the Comic Code Authority, you couldn't say the government was corrupt. You couldn't say that police were corrupt or anything like that.
Well, see,
Ken and
that's
Trey, what
awesome.
do you
If
guys
he was
think?
actually saying that the government was corrupt, but still saying the American way, then it really goes back to the core of the American way, which is freedom, which is the Bill of Rights. That's what's important. That's what sets America apart from everyone else in the world. The Bill of Rights.
I don't think that message is lost by saying that you want a better tomorrow, though.
Well, I mean, you have something that's nostalgic, and then why are they changing? You said it came on the heels of the bisexual Superman kid.
The reporting came on the heels of that. The reporting.
Yeah. So
you have Superman just recently came out as homosexual. Not Superman,
that wasn't
Clark
Superman.
Kent.
That was Superman's son.
Wasn't it his son?
Which is Superman.
It's his son.
His son is Superman.
Well, he's got the Superman logo, but
you also the comic was called, Adventures of Superman. It's Jonathan Kent, because Clark Kent has left the planet at this point. You also have Tim Drake as Robin, who's come out as bisexual, which is what all of this is kind of coming on the heels of. The American dream, is it still as relevant today as it was back in the 40s?
I guess that depends on the eye of the beholder.
And also the phrase, it's like, to me, and we spoke about this earlier in the stream, it's about change. And obviously people are going to kind of revolt against the change. But I think it's honestly a good segue because, think about it, 80 years, that's a long time to keep one, I guess, direct message. And over time, things are going to change. So you keep the core, obviously the core of what that saying was, and then kind of update it, it needed to be updated because I don't think things are the same.
But it only updated one thing.
Huh?
Everything else in it stayed the same, and you're only updating one thing, which is taking out America.
Yeah, but I mean, think about the comic I just read the other day, which was the if Superman was in Russia, and
Red Sun.
Yep, and it's kind of a different take on the character as well. I don't really when I look at these superheroes, obviously their background is being American and whatnot, but they're not fighting for just America. They're fighting for everybody, anyone who's in need
They're
of
fighting
help.
for humanity, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They're fighting for humanity.
So,
so why not? Well, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say you're kind of putting yourself in a category you're only gonna do this for Americans. You're only gonna save Americans. It's kind of you're throwing yourself already in a category.
But my thing is, just to build off what you said, is there's so many canons of these superheroes. So I mean, just to meet in the middle, I understand, trying to be inclusive and fit everybody into this comic book world, but at the same time, my whole thing is, what was the reasoning behind changing this one thing? And I feel like that's where I'm kind of teetering a little bit, because if it had a good reason behind it, maybe I could be more for it. I understand there's many, again, canon characters, but again, you just have to have a good reason behind it.
Yeah, and it only seemed like they changed one aspect of it. They kept everything else the same, but took out the American, which again, I think there is a real division and they really are trying to make Americans feel bad for being American. I think personally, a lot of people are.
Well, you have to remember.
I hear all the time, everybody hates Americans.
This is a whole different character. This isn't Clark Kent, this isn't the immigrant who came to America and grew up with the, learning about the American values coming from, another land. This is a character who was born and raised here in America. Grew up with the same ideals as everybody else, the same problems, seeing it through the same lenses. So it kind of makes sense that the immigrant Superman would be like, the American way, that's the ultimate dream, where the immigrant or the one who grew up with it is looking at it going, we could do something better.
Well, now that just makes me think. So the immigrant, he sees it. He's like, oh, the American way. So he appreciates America. So and then the kid, he's born in America, so he just takes it for granted.
I'm not saying that.
It.
I'm not saying that.
Well,
I didn't say that.
I'm just saying it could be interpreted that way.
Well, let me ask you a question, Jared. Would you be more upset that they totally changed everything about that speech, or kept some components that give you nostalgia, but then give you a different version of whatever the message is?
Well,
because if they change it entirely, you're totally wiping out what has been for the past 80 years. So it depends on what you want.
But again, I agree with Trey. Like, what's the reasoning behind it? Are they trying to get people to be sad that they're American? Is there some kind of act against Americans, or
No.
were they really doing what you're saying and just we want to come up with this new thing for this kid because he's totally different than Clark Kent? I mean, I haven't heard either.
Let me ask you one thing.
It's just the way I interpret it.
How many Superman comics have you read in the past 10 years?
Oh, like 0.
So why are you upset about any of this in general?
Bro, why did you look
I'm not
away
upset.
when
I'm
you
just
thought
being the
about
devil's advocate. You guys are getting worked up over this? Come on.
I think it's important for them to make sure that they are including as many people as possible. And the reason I'm saying this is because without DC taking steps to do whatever they can to make it so that any kid in any country can see something that they look up to and keep it out of a political realm, at least to the point that, they can take a step through that door, I think it's good for the industry. I mean, we're seeing an industry where it is really difficult for kids to get a hold of comics nowadays. Local comic book shops, even in the United States, are closing down at record numbers, let alone in other countries. So I think if it's something that makes it so that some kid in, Bangladesh or somewhere where it's very difficult to find comic books has a little bit higher chance of getting their hands on that Superman comic, just because it doesn't say the American way and instead says something that's still positive, I think it's a win. I mean, I don't think it takes anything away from, the red, white, and blue. I mean,
again, like I said, there's many canons of Superman. They're all canon.
That's very true.
You have your own canon versus his canon versus their canon, So if this is not your Superman, it's not your Superman. Could be their Superman. You have your Superman, and so on and so forth.
And like what Frey was saying is not with like Superman, but other issues in general. Like, it is very like looked down upon for like other countries if you watch like American cartoons or like whatever the case may be. So like it is very different in that in different areas. So I think like you put yourself also in a category if you're like, oh, this is American, you're like, oh, you're in a different country. Well, we don't like Americans, so you can't read that now. So it can be a lot tougher for you to have access to it if you're limiting yourself to just one part of the world. So
I like to think of my Superman with giant eagle's wings, singing lead vocals for Leonard Skinner, an Angel Band, and I'm in the front row and I'm hammered drunk. You know what I mean?
So basically, he wants a Nicolas Cage Superman.
You mean Homelander?
Oh, yeah.
There it goes.
You can't find his pig.
All right. Well, next one up. This one's going to be just as heated on this discussion, I think. But next one up, Warner Brothers made an announcement during the DC fandom event that they were bringing out Milestone Comics as an initiative. First of all, anything DC Comics labels an initiative, I think is automatically going to probably be a bad thing. I told Matt that right during the live stream.
He did.
So yeah, let's talk about this. Are you guys familiar with this? With what's going on?
No, I'm not familiar with this.
In loose terms, they're essentially making a competition. They're making a bit of a game show out of what Milestone used to be. They used to be a very prolific comic label. I mean, Milestone used to very, very much be kind of against the wind.
It was very black oriented. You know, black writers, black characters, black artists.
At a time when it wasn't as socially acceptable.
Oh yeah.
And they did amazing stories. They did very well with it. I'm going to start this off on kind of a negative annotation. I hate the fact that Warner Brothers is trying to utilize something that was very pure and very, very good in this industry and turned it into a freaking game show, is the way I see it. What they're doing is they have put forward some stories and some characters that anyone who chooses to do so can write around these stories and write around these characters and help Warner Brothers create a new comic universe around the Milestone character.
Well, that's not entirely true. What they're doing, you have two characters that you have to write an 8-page story on. It has to fit those characters' personalities, everything like that. And once again, it's just an 8-page story, and you send it in. If you're, say, a writer, or if you're an artist, you would send them your portfolio, and you know, they're going to do several interviews and stuff like that, and essentially bring these people together in the end, and give them an opportunity to learn how to write and draw comics professionally. And they give you an
opportunity to publish under Warner, which is huge. Don't get me wrong. For any indie creator, that's awesome. I just dislike that they're using Milestone as a game show.
So they're named.
That's the only thing I don't like. Yeah.
So anybody can submit.
Anybody can submit
an 8-page story.
Yes.
And if it's received, so Milestone Comics, which has been turned into more of a
did Warner Brothers
been bought out by DC a long time
ago? Or is this just
ago?
a contract with these two companies?
It would just be a contract with Milestone, unless I'm missing something. But everything that they announced during the stream was very much. So
basically, they're a talent scout. They've been turned into a talent scout. Milestone has. That kind of doesn't that kind of like disrespect the legacy of what you guys were talking about what Milestone was built off of? Kind of more of a pure, like something that wasn't accepted but was really groundbreaking, was showing that you know, black writers, black artists, and these guys were putting out great stories and great works that were probably setting trends in the industry, that were setting, you know, like almost a level of, you know, what to achieve and stuff like that. And now they've taken that, which the name itself is the legacy, and they've turned it into a way to game show, I guess, because they're like, oh, hey, Milestone, you can submit something here, but it's just basically a prospecting stream now, like a channel.
I disagree with that, because I mean, Milestone was a chance to showcase, look, this is what black creators can still do. And right now with this whole thing, they're reaching out to black creators saying, hey, what can you do?
But to be clear, it's not limited only to black creators.
But it was in the beginning, right?
I don't think anybody knows if it was limited to them, but it was very much a a group of Black creators that came together and made this happen. And inside of chat, guys, everybody's talking about Static Shock. Yes, these Milestone Media is who created Static Shock. So if you guys are familiar with that cartoon,
Oh, Static
that
Shock.
was the
That's
origination of
Tony
it.
Cottrell's, isn't it? Isn't that Tony Cottrell?
He worked on it, yeah. But yeah, it's so yeah, I'll be honest, like I can see Matt's point of view on this, definitely. Like I think it's a good thing that DC is going, or excuse me, that Warner is going out and doing this. I feel like it's kind of it's a cheap branding move. That's the way I see it. Like I think the Warner should have just come out and done this. That it shouldn't have been, oh, we're bringing back, Milestone in order to do this. I think that they should have just brought back Milestone. I think the Static Shock would perform equally as well today as it did in the 90s. I think that a lot of the stories...
Static Shock's got a movie coming out, too.
Maybe, hopefully. I mean, nobody knows for 100%, though, on that. I mean, that's still kind of very much in the realm of, like, Gambit's got a movie coming out. Supposedly, you know what I mean?
Yeah, followed by hopefully.
I don't know. With a lot of the stuff that's been going on with DC lately, I tend to lean on this news more along the lines of, why are you guys taking something that was prized by a lot of people that did a lot of damn good stuff for this industry, and why are you utilizing that as a marketing avenue for you to scout new talent rather than doing the legwork yourselves and finding that talent? I mean, the indie... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's a win-win for them though. Like, just because they're gonna get a lot of applicants submitting just from you hearing like, oh yeah, like you could work with this big company. You're gonna get a lot of people interested, and if there is even like 10% chance that you get a good story out of it, and DC or Warner Brothers publishes it, it's now like, oh yeah, look what we did. We helped someone who, never worked on comics professionally, and we made them a top seller, or we made their book really popular. So it's a win-win in their point of view. So it's just, it sucks because...
Man, if I was DC, all I would have to do is go to one comic convention and walk around the artist alley. Like, walk around and look at the indie comics and stuff. I mean, look at, when we, was it Mike Barron that we had on the stream who was talking about, or no, it was Dan Cote, was talking about, like, the next big book is the book sitting on a table next to you at a convention. I mean, it's DC, Marvel, Disney, none of these guys are going out, you know what I mean, like it used to be. It's literally up to the fans and up to the community to find these indie creators and propel them and make them big. You know what I mean? Stuff like Cosmic Ghost Rider would have never happened if you would have left that up to Marvel. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But Matt's got a really good point here, guys. Like, whoever wins this competition, they're skipping 20 years worth of necessary, you know what I mean, legwork in order to get into this industry. So yeah, I can see it'd be very beneficial for people. I don't
necessarily see it as skipping, all these steps, and of legwork, because a lot of these indie creators that are probably submitting have been doing that 20 years of legwork.
Could be. I mean, I think it depends on who gets chosen. You know what I mean? I don't think they're going to find the next James Tynion this way. I think the next James Tynion is, again, sitting at a convention booth, sitting behind a table, talking to crowds. Illusion comes in and says, Milestone Media is a company best known for creating Milestone comics, which were published and distributed by DC Comics and Static Shock animated series. It was founded in 1993 by a coalition of African-American artists and writers consisting of Dwayne McDuffie, Dennis Cohen, Michael Davis, and Derek Dingle. From Wikipedia.
Cool. Thanks, Illusion.
That's funny.
So it was a Saturday morning cartoon?
Static Shock was badass.
I think... I can't remember if I ever saw that. I might have grown up too fast before that.
What year was that? One of those ones you'd recognize. As soon as you saw it, you'd be like, oh. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Trey. I didn't mean to
No,
cut you
so
off.
wasn't there like a TV network like Kids, WB, like Warner Bros. that aired
Yep.
that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as Matt said, they're slated for a movie, so hopefully we see that. I think it'd be badass.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Now, when
Yeah.
it comes to those particular characters, you had Hardware, who I loved that. That was dark and gritty. I love that comic. And Static kind of started off as dark and gritty, but kind of worked its charm. Then you have Icon and Rocket, and unfortunately, I never actually really picked up those two. But yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Nobody. That would be awesome. I looked it up on Google while you guys were talking about it. The art looks fantastic.
Fry, I think your mic is muted.
Oh, great. I'm always muted. I muted myself. What an idiot. So the negative
muted.
royalty statements in an error.
Now, I did not read this article. So, Fry, you're going to have to tell me about it.
Okay, so first of all, this isn't Fry bagging on DC. All right, the same thing actually happened
Fry
with
bagging?
Marvel.
I love that.
So what we've got right now, as far as like the big three goes, is we've got a lot of new accounting measurements that are in place. So with Marvel, a lot of this is coming from Disney going in and double checking the books through history, stuff like that. DC is doing the same thing, and what a lot of these companies had found is that when digital first kind of started picking up, a lot of the royalty checks that creators were getting were the wrong amounts. You know what I mean? Or they weren't factored correctly, or they weren't, broke down correctly. Marvel creators, a lot of them, this was about 4 months ago, I think, when we reported on it. About 4 months ago, a lot of Marvel creators actually got royalty checks for like 3 cents and like 22 cents and stuff like that. And creators got offended until they realized that it was because they had been previously shorted like 3 cents on one check. And Disney had gone through, found that they had been, shorted by the 3 cents, and literally sent them a check for this amount, which just ended up being kind of humorous and funny altogether.
Yeah, of course.
DC, however, it's working kind of the opposite way, in that they realized that some of their creators had actually been overpaid. And based off of their contracts and what happened recently in what's now known as the DC bloodbath, a lot of these creators no longer work for DC. They were actually laid off and things like that. Well, DC is actually sending out negative royalty statements to a lot of these same creators who just got laid off, Matt, like 8 months ago, 9 months ago when the bloodbath happened. So imagine getting an envelope from DC after you've been laid off for 9 months. You know what I mean? It looking exactly like it's a royalty check for something that you worked your ass off and created, just to open it and find out that DC is saying that you owe them 45 cents or 55 cents. And the largest amount on these things was $2.14.
Dude, it cost them more to print and mail.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
In all honesty, I would frame that negative check and stick it up on my wall.
I put that shit right on my wall.
I would.
Hell, I'd use it as toilet paper.
6 cents or something like that. That's so funny. Like, I mean, and hopefully these creators have the same sense of humor with it, because I'm sure it's probably kind of offensive to some of them when they look at it and they go, "Oh, you laid me off 8 months ago, and now you're going to say that I owe you 34 cents." You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, hopefully they have a sense of humor about it. I mean, things happen, but it's just kind of funny that it's making the news, especially considering it's making the news that 2 days after DC Fandom stream, and that this is trending almost as high as the Batman trailer. Kind of rough for DC. So yeah, and then last story up that we have is
DC is not looking pretty again. This one it's pretty bad. So Gabe L. Tabe.
Yeah, try that.
I probably butchered his name, and I'm sorry, Gabe, if you're watching. But holy
That's the
crap,
first
the
one, right?
things you said. Ooh, lordy. So he is basically quitting DC due to a rant that he went on during a radio show where he's talking about the, I guess, famous kiss with Superman, son of Kal-El, who in this issue, number 5, came out as homosexual. And this
But
radio
bisexual.
show... What?
Bisexual.
No, that's Robin.
No, I thought the Son of Superman was bisexual. I read
No,
somewhere he was bisexual. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay. Either way, this guy went on a 20-minute rant, pretty much doing nothing but spouting off gay jokes, and it was pretty bad.
Slurs.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
He can say all the gay jokes he wants, but it's not going to stop the fact that he was the man who colored the pride flag that DC uses for their Pride Month. So,
Well,
Yeah.
chances
you still
are,
cash that
chances
check,
are,
homie.
this is probably something. If he was that worked up over it, it's probably something that really affected his manhood. You know what I mean? Like he was challenged with that concept and had to really look deep inside of himself to see if he himself,
Yeah.
had those kind of feelings. And he probably found out that he did, and then he freaked the freak out. And so he went on this 20-minute rant because he was dissing on himself the whole time.
Well, he went on to say stuff or talking about how DC doesn't have the right to change these characters.
But they didn't change this character. This is a new character,
Here's what I want to know.
right?
Does
This is
a
a new character,
colorist
right?
have the rights to change a character? Let's be realistic.
Say again.
Not their outfit.
No,
Not their outfit.
absolutely not.
You're pretty low on that totem pole.
Yeah, I mean, I hate this term, but like, stay in your lane, homie. You know what I mean? You're a colorist. Like, being a colorist for DC, I think, would probably be the pinnacle of a colorist's career for the most part, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Especially to work on a top tier book like Superman.
Yeah, like who
Well,
the hell are
and
you?
a very
to be like,
groundbreaking Superman. This is the kiss seen
Yeah.
around the world.
Yes.
look at what happened with Chad Harden's career right after Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn kissed. It blew up. You know what I mean? Chad Harden is loved, admired, like industry over, everywhere after that page came out. And you know what I mean? Career-wise, what more could you ask for? And he is, guys, he is the same dude who last month did the coloration for the Pride flag, for DC's official Pride flag. When they did, well, what was that, 2 months ago, I guess now. So this dude cashed a check already for this. He's just now mad that it's Superman.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that goes back to what I was saying earlier about the other thing. Is like, dude, there's many Supermen comics that if it's not for you, fine, it's not for you. You don't have to go on a rant about it. Like, the other Superman still exists, but let them have their own Superman.
I'm just saying, I'll take that DC check and color Superman.
Yeah.
He can kiss whoever he wants to kiss, man.
Dude, it may, but also, I mean, honestly, he probably like discovered some things about himself that he was tripping about when he figured out. He looked in the mirror and he was like, "Oh my jeez, I see myself in this character. Holy crap! I got to do something about it. I got to voice my opinion after I cash my check."
I love how resolute you're putting all of this.
He opened his third eye.
Yeah. He probably meditated on this for a little while, you know.
Yeah, like 5 seconds. He's like,
gonna be
let me
too
get
The
shy.
meditation came before the 20-minute rant. I think honestly, and I hope people bear with me when I say this, I think this is phenomenal just because like you're kind of like outing yourself. Like if you can't even like color
Yeah.
like I don't want to say fake characters, but like superheroes, like if you can't even color them and just like do your job, and like because there's gonna be more Superman comics, that's not gonna be the only one, then it's kind of like sad, like you can't even put your own ego behind you from working on, like he's supposed to keep it professional, you know what I mean? So I feel like
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Like-
he was paid to do a job.
yeah
I don't remember him paying him for his opinion,
absolutely not.
unless they
You know?
do that. Oh, they do that to writers. They pay them for their
See,
opinion.
now,
Yeah.
if they asked me if I was to work on a comic like this and they asked my personal opinion, my response would be, holy crap, I get to work on Superman. Like,
Yeah.
that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You
The
know?
dude can
Well, we
shoot
all know
laser
that.
beams from his eyeballs, guys.
I know. Wait a
Who
minute.
he
The sun has
kisses
all the
doesn't
same
really
powers.
seem like the unrealistic element in this
Yeah,
storyline.
No.
Hold on.
And the sad part is, he's not even the only Jonathan Kent out there. We have the other Jonathan Kent from the Superman and Lois TV show, who is still straight, and they're keeping them very separate. So, like you were saying earlier,
Crossover
Trey,
event.
there's way too many versions out there. Just pick one and enjoy it.
Yeah. It's also the fact though, but like this is DC's strategy now. Like, does anybody remember the Batman and Catwoman thing that was going around
Yep.
Twitter? Like this,
Yeah.
this is the trend now. This is doing something that no one's done before, doing something that's over the top to build this
Yeah,
hype
shock
train,
value.
to build these conversations, these followings. You know?
It's shock value. Rob Zombie,
Well,
Nine Inch Nails,
Here's the thing.
Marilyn Manson.
So Tom Taylor has not been trying to push for this for shock value. He's actually faced so much resistance from DC headquarters
Very
themselves. So this isn't just shock value. This is character development.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
This is
I
a
have a
new
question,
character, so other people can look at and be like, I can relate to that person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, Superman and Wonder Woman had a kid, right?
Yes.
Okay, but that kid wasn't anything special, right? He didn't have any superpowers or anything like that.
The kid wasn't around long enough in the comics.
Oh, okay. Then Superman has two sons of the same name with Lois Lane. One's straight, one's gay, or one's straight, one's bi, or whatever they are. But they're not the same character.
So, okay, I think what you're trying to say is, can we split the characters apart like via multiverse?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out like how many different sons of Kal-El there are.
Oh Jesus, we're talking about DC, dude. Nobody knows at this point.
Yeah, no, literally.
Bro, I don't even think DC knows anymore.
So
I seen there was 2 lists of the top 10 best Superman kids. So
oh
yeah,
wow,
Superman's
okay,
got like
okay.
20
So
kids throughout the comics.
there's a lot of attempts at this, and he's one of the people attempting that. I mean, if this, I think it's cool that he's actually kind of going against the flow of traffic. You know, he's swimming upstream with his own story, his own character development. I think that's pretty awesome. Like, I admire anybody that's willing to like really get out there and freaking turn up the way. You know, go against the flow of traffic.
Don't take a risk.
Freaking be independent.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I think it's cool. I mean, if it's a new character and they're not taking an old character and trying to change it, then people should be a little bit more accepting and let this guy really kind of delve into what he's going for. I mean, that's what DC paid him to do. You know, bring us something new, bring us something cool.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of new and cool, let's plug one more time where everybody can see the new cover for Ray.
Hey.
Well, we're Guys, we're at like well over 2.5 hours at this point. I want to
Mhm.
make sure that before we wrap, we at least plug it one more time so that everybody knows where to go and check it out, especially now that we're at the end of the stream so that people can go right after this. But
Absolutely.
you mentioned it was on Facebook?
Yes, so the cover's on Facebook. Issue 3 has been out for, I believe, almost a month now. So get that. And issue 4 very, very, very soon. And when we know, you guys will know. So
Where will that be available?
So that's right now. We're obviously
Is that gonna
like
be on
everything
Amazon?
that's going on with Amazon, trying to coordinate better towards their new resource center or whatever they're going to be changing over to. So it's going to be on Amazon, definitely on CryptoComics. But this one is not going to be free. This is going to be our first comic that we are going to be selling at full price. So if you enjoy the story, come follow us, support us.
Dude, that's so cool to hear.
Yeah.
That is way awesome, dude.
That's fantastic, guys. Congratulations.
My
Yes.
homies are all grown up.
Yeah, right.
You know, I really want to draw in on this. I really want to draw in on this. You know, everybody in the community, CryptoComics Marketplace, you guys have the ability. These guys are so cool. They're giving you the ability to actually check out 1, 2, and 3. You know, they're putting their talents on the table so that you can go, and please go check out Ray's. Give them a review. And if you like it, look forward to when they come out with number 4, because they'll probably do a nice little preview, maybe 1, 2, 3 pages, and then boom, they're going to be able to link right over to where they're selling. And if you really like their story, please support these guys, because these guys are real indies, man.
And it's a badass story.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
It is damn good. If you guys are into horror,
And these
comics,
guys are
man, this is
freaking
damn
cool.
good.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Except for when Sam walks off screen and I talk smack and then Frey hangs up.
Told him to leave.
Yeah, we need an IT guy.
No, I didn't.
Oh. All right. With that, let's close out the stream. Thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Of
Once
course,
again, everybody,
Always have us again.
We'll
Go
definitely
and
be
find Ray's
talking
comics
soon,
section.
guys.
Yes.
Oh, you don't have a choice. I stalk you.
Believe him.
Bro, it's like business on the right, party on the left.